It is a Monday, May 18th, ladies and gentlemen. And it is time for yet another Turf and Pigs show. Cheers. You got
what it do, Turf? Cheers.
Yep. As always, Turf had to miss last week, so it always falls on me, but that was hopefully the last trip. Shout out to my niece, Morgan Flowers, graduating from the University of Virginia. University of Richmond, excuse me, which is a very well-known private uppity school, if you will. Shout out to my sister for having a job that got her kids into all of the big schools. Cheers to them.
Shut it.
Yep. Great weekend, but unfortunately we had to miss, man. We had to miss. How are you doing today, bro?
I'm doing good. Today's Victoria Day. That's in Canada, the holiday celebrating the Queen.
Okay.
So that requires businesses shutting down and I guess doing things in her honor. I think she's long since passed, but in any event, a day to remember her.
Right. No, absolutely, man. Hey, every country has its culture, right, and its ways of doing things. So Canada is no different. No different.
Yeah, and I took today the opportunity to go to the golfing range to swing. So honor the Queen.
Yes, sir. Yeah, you gotta hit the golfing range up. You know what I'm saying? That's an absolute must.
This time of year, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. All right, man, we got a long show today, so I'm just going to dive right on into it. Hey, Raider Nation, camp season is here, baby. The draft hype is over. Grades don't matter. Mock drafts, we're done. Finish. Now, football gets real. Because this is where championship teams start separating themselves, right? Training camp. Pads are coming on. Position battles are forming. New faces are walking into the building, man. And right now, the Vegas Raiders have more storylines than they've ever had in years. Fernando Mendoza has arrived, right? Kirk Cousins is in the building. Kubiak is trying to build an offense with an actual identity. So, we got a lot, man. We got a lot to go into. First thing I want to get on right off the bat, Teron Johnson contract drama. Teron Johnson reportedly wants more security after being traded from the Buffalo Bills, and has been pretty much absent from voluntary work while seeking to rework a deal. He has 2 years left on this deal, but little guaranteed money remaining. So, hey, right off the gates, man, right out the bat, what do you think, Pigs? Should the Raiders pay him immediately?
I'm not worried. I mean, he's kind of taken the Aaron Rodgers approach where he believes his pedigree, his career has justified his decision to kind of dictate his own terms. He's not a rookie. He's not a young guy. He's someone who's paid his dues. So he's kind of looking at this as, I'm going to do what's in my best interest according to the contract that I've currently signed with the situation I'm in. And so things will play out where young guys get more opportunities early on. He should come in and have the advantage of being more knowledgeable, more skillful, and take over the starting position when the time comes. And if he doesn't have it together, the young guy's going to take his spot. So that's a good thing for us. Hopefully, unlike in years past where if a guy comes out of shape, he doesn't lose his spot. Hopefully this time somebody loses their spot.
Right. No, absolutely. I think you're 100% correct, man. And first things first, right? Because y'all know Turf is always struggle streaming. Somebody let us know we're looking good out there. Anybody, somebody. I see Gunsmoke in the building. Salute Gunsmoke. Appreciate you for coming through, being an early guy. Hope you enjoy the show, man. Yeah, if anybody's around, let me know. Let your boy know if everything sounds good, bad, or indifferent. And we will be listening and tuning in. I see already we got quite a few on my favorite. In terms of TikTok. So shout out to the TikTok people. You know what's coming up. Right around the corner. So hopefully we sound good, man. I think everything's all right. So yeah, I mean, the next question, right? Do you think he's just protecting himself, creating an unnecessary drama? Like, what do you think? I mean, I know what I think based on his age, right? But what's your thoughts about what he's really trying to get accomplished behind this? Well, obviously it's money, but you know.
I mean, I think it's a bit of collusion, to be honest, with the front office. I think it's to the Raiders' organizational advantage to have their young draft pick kind of assume that dominant leadership role in his absence. So a guy like Spytek, I think, is knowledgeable enough to know that if Stooks is given and afforded the opportunity to take hold of that room, he will. And if another guy's in there and the expectation is that he's the older, more dominant guy, then it might default to him, that leadership role. So in some ways, it's just to build some identity before the season gets kicked off. And I think Teron Johnson's, fully on board with it because he's getting old. So it's kind of just the nature of being in that position.
Yep. No, I agree. I agree. He's definitely getting old. I want to say he's 30, right? He's up there. He's close to 30 if he's not 30. And that's going to cause problems for any team, especially secondary, right? He's not a Darryl Green. Shout out to an all-time legend that probably still ran his 40 time when he retired as the same time he ran when he got in the league. By far one of the fastest dudes to ever play the game, if not the fastest, some would say. But yeah, it's a tough position, man. It's a real tough position. I don't know what's happening, man. I think the front office knew about this. You know what I mean? And I mean, that's the next question I would have. Do you think the front office knew this was coming? I would say yes, absolutely. I think they knew it was coming. How could you not? Again, we've already discussed his age alone. At 30 as a cornerback or safety or wherever you're going to put him in that secondary, that's going to be tough. And he understands. Doesn't have any guarantees within that particular contract. So I don't blame him. This game is harsh. This game is very harsh. I unfortunately have to see it all the time, right? All the time. When I'm out and about here just in Texas alone with all of the veterans from the NFL, if you will. And sometimes it's a sad sight to see, ladies and gentlemen. It really is. Yeah.
No, we got a comment here from Henry Mack weighing in on the Terrion Johnson dilemma.
Yeah.
I'll read it out here. He says, if I was TJ, I would try and get paid, plus make a power move like showing up when he shows up.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like, you're the established guy. You should come in and take the job because you are better. That's kind of, just kind of the reality of the situation and why you're in that power position. Yep. But as you were saying before, it does make sense that the front office would have an understanding of this player's disposition before making the moves they made, such as trading draft capital. And if they didn't, then that would be a disaster, obviously. So you kind of have to give the benefit of the doubt that they're competent enough to have, had this kind of orchestrated.
Well, we hope we can give them the benefit of the
doubt. Yeah.
I'm not.
I mean, we think back to the Antonio Brown debacles of not that long ago, and giving guys the benefit of the doubt is not always a wise thing to do around here, but times they keep on ticking and maybe they repeat a little bit, but
right.
Well, little echoes of the past.
basically right, man. And I mean, I don't know. Some people look at this as it a warning sign, like if this is what's to come, right? It's all really going to depend, man. I really don't know how things are going.
Terrion Johnson got quite a bit of positive support from Aaron Rodgers in particular.
Yeah.
And so I kind of reckon they kind of see themselves as similar guys. If Aaron Rodgers is paying respects to Terrion Johnson, then they must be on the same wavelength as it was as far as professionals go. Right. So it's probably a lot of strategy and a lot of planning things out and trying to do things according to some grand strategy that they've deceived or concocted to have the best opportunity to do what they want to do.
Yeah, I have no idea what they're trying to do, honestly.
Some grand plans, yeah.
Yeah, I've never really been a big fan of Spy Tech. I've been off and on, right, cold and hot with that guy based on what he's done, right? I mean, first time in the offseason, free agency, he did absolutely nothing, right? We all remember that. Then this season, he does everything offseason, but then both drafts, in my opinion, are pure trash. Pure garbage. I don't think we have any gems.
Well, it's a lot of prove-it situations.
It's a lot of prove it.
Things up in the air.
Yeah, so, all right, it's that time, ladies and gentlemen. Chat Lives Matter. We got Derek Jester 2 in the building. We got Lil Stump, that Plug 76 in the building. We got Hey Mikey 82 in the building. We got Aylin Serbin in the building. We got User, you know what? We got Rob777. I like the Rob77. Appreciate you for coming through. Hope you enjoy the show. We got Jamie in the house. We got Wong in the house. Nature Boy 229. I remember seeing Nature Boy. We got Joey. Isaac Ramirez in the building. We got Sip. We got LA Bun Bun. We got David Camacho. And last but not least, Mr. Randy E. Poole Jr. Appreciate y'all for coming through. Hope you enjoy the show. Please do not forget to hit that like button, right? Thumbs up. And please subscribe. Absolutely subscribe. We need every bit of support that we can get from that respect. Y'all know how this thing goes, man. It's the YouTube streets. So you always got to give that, give that notice. And then last but not least, that notification. That way you know we're here, man. That way you never miss, right? So my take on this, guys, and we're going to move on, right? We got a lot to cover. I'm sure this will come back up in some way, shape, or form. But we traded for a guy to fix the secondary. And now we might have a problem before camp even starts. That's how I see it. I'm going to put it to you like this. If they let it leak into mandatory and he decides to take a stance, I'm definitely upset. I think it's all a matter of the front office not doing its due diligence. I mean, everybody and their mom knows this kid is looking for some money at the end of his days. I can't imagine you think you're going to get in here and then, hey, aha, we got you. And now you're going to treat him, and this is the problem with the front office. This is why I want scorched earth, boil the ocean, everybody go. Bye. See you later. Because of stuff like this. You don't think other veterans that could really come in and help us see this? Why do you think we always get fleeced by those guys? That's the real question I have. Why do you think those guys that are the top guys that definitely come to us for last, contract. Why do they all get paid? Because there's no way they're coming otherwise. Because it's the Raiders, the front office, the way that they treat the players while they're playing, while they're in the league. By far, we're the best in terms of alumni. There's no question. But while you're a Raider, I don't know, man. I've seen too many wives crying, right? I've seen too many dudes upset, particularly our flagship guys. I don't have to name names, right? And that's the problem I have. You gotta fix this. You see what I'm like? That's how I'm looking at this, because I know what it's gonna take in order for us to build the team that we're gonna need. There are gonna be some key pieces that we need. And it's not going to be possible to really get those top-of-the-line guys because they're just not going to fall for the okie doke, the banana in the tailpipe. Like, get here, and now you're messing with my contract. You're messing with my family. You're messing with everything while I'm here. I don't know what else to say about it.
Yeah, that's a lot of truth.
I mean, right? What are your thoughts on that? Like, because that's the first thing that comes to mind to me is the veterans that we are going to need when we finally get to that point, right? We're going to need that one piece, that one maybe on each side of the ball, and we got all the money to do it. But
yeah, I guess I'll say this: like, football ultimately is a game of sacrifice. Like, you're doing it with your body, your time, your mind, all across the board. You're giving yourself up for a team, and the Raiders organization historically has just allowed too many ulterior motive agendas to come to the surface that doesn't respect the fact that guys are sacrificing themselves for that thing. And if it's not something that guys signed up for to sacrifice themselves for, then it's just not going to result in good outcomes anywhere.
I agree.
Yeah, especially for the fans. Like, that's the hard truth. Is like it's painful to endure the almost schizophrenic situation where you're rooting for a team, trying to cheer them on to win, and they seem to be doing everything in their power to lose. Like, that's not a feel-good situation
at all. Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. But
and the players, they suffer from it too. Like, I can think back quite easily at more than a handful of guys who went on camera, said things that they probably ought not to have because they just reached a breaking point or a boiling point. Created a media clip that then people ran with, but it wasn't really their intention. It's just they'd been pushed so far that they let something slip through the cracks, and
right.
It was the truth. They spoke the truth. That's sometimes a problem.
I think it's a huge problem. I mean, really the question now is, you pay him or make improvement. At this point, pay the guy, man. Pay the guy his money, man. Pay that man his money. Pay him. I don't understand it. I really just don't understand it.
Do you know what he's asking? Like, what is the...
He wants more guarantees. I believe he's at $18 million for the next 2 years, but it's not guaranteed. And he's looking for more fully guaranteed money. And all I'm saying is just pay the guys. It is that coveted slot, right? Defensive guy like Nate Hobbs, right? Remember Hobbs?
Yeah.
I mean,
they're in huge demand.
That's really
this is ultimately a position where you truly sacrifice yourself, because you're not built like a linebacker, but you're expected to do linebacker-esque things, and that doesn't make any sense. But nonetheless, that's a position that's become very important in the current meta of the sport.
I couldn't agree more, man, and that's the thing. That's why I'm like, pay the man his money. I mean, even if it's heavily incentive related, give him whatever he's asking for, and at least give him the carrot to dangle in order to, try to earn something and not play hardball with this guy. I just don't understand it. Uh-oh, sounded super low. Oh, sounded super low. Hold on. Let me pull this up.
Thank you, Raiders Unleashed.
Yes, thank you, Raiders Unleashed. Appreciate you. Let me see. Is that better? Is that better? Let's see. I think we good. Oh, good.
did you boost the overall volume or what?
Oh, yeah, hold on. I boosted the wrong one. Let me make sure. Panel. I thought we were pretty good though. Let me see. Is that good, Unleashed? Shout out to Raiders Unleashed for coming through, letting us know, Turf and his technical woes. There's always something. Hopefully y'all can hear us now. I'm going to turn up Pig's mic a little bit more. And hopefully this is better.
Yeah, let us know. Unleashed, much appreciated.
Yep, absolutely. All right, he said, yeah, that's better.
Cool.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate it. We're only 20 minutes in, too, so that's good. But, yeah, I say pay the man his money, man. Pay the man his money. Stop playing games. Just bite the bullet, man. Show other veterans that you're willing to do this, because that's the other problem. I think when that time comes, this regime with the front office, you're going to feel this pain. You're not going to get that centerpiece. You're not going to get the crown jewel, whether it be that defensive tackle, right? Or whether it's an offensive piece. Maybe it's the wide receiver that we still don't have. I don't know, but there's definitely some options that we're going to need to have, and this establishment right now is not showing that they're capable of doing this right. So that's how I see it, man. I mean, you got any more on it? You got anything else you want to say about Mr.
No, it's pretty simple. Like it's kind of starting to feel similar to the running back situation where you have guys that are pretty rare making it to their later part of the career playing this particular position, and hence why a lot of them get into that role kind of later on as they've developed the body to handle it.
Yep.
So it is a rare position, and guaranteed money makes a big difference because injury is a reality for that exposure.
100%. I couldn't agree more.
And mind you, I was on board for drafting slot guys. I wanted Kyle Lewis. I wanted Keontae Scott. Like I really value that physical slot guy who's able to hit like a linebacker but is built like a DB.
Right. Absolutely. Shout out to Nico. His question, unfortunately, I can't put it up, but I'm always struggling. Is he really worth paying what he wants? I'm not for paying someone just because they want to sit out. In my opinion, he isn't. So my question to you, Nico, why even do this deal? Honest truth. Why even go about it? Why bring him on knowing that he's a veteran, probably in his last contract, and you're going to have to deal with this? That's just an honest question. Why? Why even bother? Right? I don't know.
We traded draft capital for him, so we're invested. He knows that.
Yes. See, that's the thing. I mean, at this point, guys, what are we doing?
Cards are on the table.
Out in the open. He already knows. This hurts us way more than it hurts him. He'll easily get picked up somewhere. It's like a nickel guy. I don't know.
It's highly coveted position.
Yes. These guys don't grow on trees, man. Yeah, they do not. You know what I'm saying? Do not. We got Raiders Unleashed. We traded for him. He was under contract and has injury problems. Shouldn't they make him earn it and show he could at least make it through camp? Hey, that's a valid argument and take. I don't disagree to an extent. Because it's a position that we are completely fleeced. We have no one. Somebody's got to come in and handle that. And it's not going to be a rookie, in my opinion. We do have two promising looking rookies from what I'm hearing about, right?
Yeah, the worry is that too much exposure to a rookie early in their career can hamper their development. So the hope is that you can kind of have a guy in front of them that takes that pressure off and allows them to see what's what before they're put right in and have bullets flying.
Yes.
But if it's not Terrion Johnson, I imagine, you know, Chin might be expected to lose some weight and play that big nickel. But yeah, not ideal. You
No.
kind of wish there'd be more competition there, just for the nature that you want someone competing with whoever's winning that job ultimately, to
Correct.
feel confident going into that position for the team.
Yep. I agree. I agree. Hold on. Let me see if I can log in. What is my TikTok? What in the heck is going on? TikTok.
Kyle Lewis was a guy I really liked in the draft out of, I think, Pitt College, and he was a linebacker, but he played and looked more like a DB. We had looked at him. He was only like 6 foot tall, but like 220, 230. And his hitting power is incredible, but he had really long arms and had great coverage range. It was definitely kind of meta slot, kind of a big slot.
Right. Hold on one sec. Why is this not? Hold on. This is driving me crazy.
Unleashed feels that we have cheap guys behind him, so we have leverage, but it's one of those positions that if a guy's inexperienced and they're getting burned, like it gets exposed really badly.
Very bad.
Part of what Rogers was saying about Terrion Johnson is that he's super underrated because people don't appreciate the kind of like impact he's having on a game. But you only notice it when they're not having that impact because they get exposed.
Correct. All right, let me try this.
Devon Lafayette for competition. Yeah, definitely. You hope that if it is a young guy taking that starting spot, that they're taking it by beating people out, and kind of going into that position with some momentum where they've definitely earned that spot against someone else potentially earning it.
All right, let me see. Oh, this is annoying. Try again. Let's do that.
Did you see Bowers shaved his head? He's
Hey, whoa.
Yeah.
No way.
No hair.
He shaved his head?
He looks like a swimmer. He's pretty aerodynamic.
That's got to be interesting. That's got to be interesting. Hold on, dude. I have to get this done. He shaved his head. Are there any pictures out there?
Yeah, there's a bunch. I think of him practicing. Like,
I really want to get, because we got this interaction. So for all of y'all on TikTok, if you don't mind, come on over to YouTube, man. It's a whole bunch of y'all on YouTube. What that helps is it allows me to put all of your questions and stuff up, like, kind of like right here. Shout out to Raiders Unleashed, maybe the practice squad. But yes, come on over. Normally I can get things up from TikTok, but I don't know why it's not working right now. And I'd much rather focus on the show for y'all instead of trying to figure out how to get these things up and running. So please come on over, hit that like button, subscribe, and notification. Cheers, Murphy's Law. Yes, sir. Yeah, so let's move on to the offensive line battles, right? Excuse me. Only Colton Miller and Tyler Linderbaum appear locked in, right? Left guard, right tackle, pretty much open. You got Trey Zoom. He could push into the mix, while we always still have Jackson Powers Johnson, who I love, but, right, the rumblings, whatever you want to say. DJ Glaze and Charles Grant, from what we hear, are battling for spots, so, I mean, what you got, man? Who's your best starting five?
Yeah, I like the young guys. I'm kind of high on Grant, Zune, Jackson Powers-Johnson. Those are kind of guys that I expect to get spots somewhere. Guys I'm lower on, Miller, Glaze, even Tyler Lindenbaum. Like, all things being fair, like, ultimately it's relative to the contract you signed, and paying a guy more than has ever been paid. Like, the expectations are so astronomical that it's hard to be high on him relative to the amount that we've dedicated to him. So I'm more like, I guess I'm not low on him, but I'm more like flat. Lower on Miller, lower on Glaze.
Right. No, that makes sense. Turf finally got some stuff working. I got Facebook working. I figured it out. I'm a genius. Now I just got to get TikTok right, man. TikTok, man. Come on, TikTok. You're killing me, TikTok. Yeah, so our best five, I don't think are even on the team.
Oh, snap.
I'll boo myself. Yeah, I'll boo myself. I've never seen the fact that we're saying we're locked in with Colton Miller, and I know he'll be hurt by week 8. It pains me because, you know, here you are talking about Trey Zoon. He's probably the only one capable of making that move on that front line right now. 2 left tackle. I think he's probably going to be the most versatile lineman that we have. And I'm praying I'm completely wrong on this, but who else can you think of? Like, who?
Well,
yeah.
The nice advantage with Zune is that he has the high upside athleticism that you hope the coaches can allow him to work out the kinks in his game that were preventing him from being drafted higher and establishing himself at a position dominantly. The only knock on him is that he hasn't been dominant at any one particular position. So you kind of hope that coaches are able to allow him to flourish in a spot, and wherever that is, become dominant, and then allow that to spill over into other positions if he's called upon to fill in.
I agree.
But I think that dominant position will be more interior, and then if he has to step out, you just hope that he's kind of adapted to the NFL game and can make that transition more easily.
Yep. No, I agree. It makes a lot of sense. And, hey, I got to show off, man. Look at X. X is working, baby. X is working. I got all of our chat channels working, ladies and gentlemen. Every last one except for TikTok. And that's the weird one, because I always usually get TikTok, even if I only use just the site in itself. Normally pops up, but it's not popping up right now. So we'll figure it out. Angelica Williams, the one baller, joined the building. Appreciate y'all for coming through. Hope you enjoy the show. I don't know, man. I'm tough on our O-line. I'll admit it. I'm tough.
I think you have reasonable skepticism on Miller because he's been kind of framed as being like the most underrated, underappreciated guy in the league, but ultimately he hasn't really been a part of any winning effort, so it's hard to really put a guy on a pedestal if you haven't seen him really be a part of anything worthwhile, like especially as an offensive lineman where you're judged as a unit, not as an individual.
Absolutely, man. I see it exactly the same way. I mean, the kid's only 30 years old. So
he's got some left in the tank, like a few years for lineman years.
But this is my problem. Was he or was he not hurt each of the last 2 years?
No, it's a reality. And he hasn't been firing at a peak performance either. He's kind of been at that 70-80 range for a bunch of games.
It's alarming. It's troubling to me, to say the least. I
guess what's equally as troubling is even him playing at 70% is better than everyone else on the roster.
That's the problem. This is why I don't understand last year's number 6 draft pick. Right, we've already beat that with a bat, and I'm going to continue to beat that one. Oh, wait till you see the shorts we have, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to be magnificent from that respect. Yeah, we had a great show on Saturday that nobody planned. It was an ad hoc show. Shout out to Jeff Rader.
I saw some bits of that.
Yeah.
Some Janty talk, obligatory Janty talk.
It's so weird to me, man, because I'm just gonna say this. We'll move on. We'll probably get right back to it once we hit the running backs or what have you. But this is my thing. You got these people that want to give him a pass. You know, they're just, it's not his fault. They want to blame everybody else but the person that was drafted at 6. No one wants, it's right. It's like you meet that girl for the first time, your nose turned up, and nothing matters.
Yeah.
Always trying to tell you that they saw her at the movies with another dude. You don't want to listen. You just all in it, and now you stuck.
Yeah, we've seen so many underperforming first-round draft picks that I think we've normalized it as Raiders Nation. Like, we had Tyree Wilson given like a 3-year, 4-year pass on looking like a non-football player. So at least Genty looks like he belongs in the league.
I agree.
Like Tyree Wilson did not. That's kind of like it's night and day. So I don't know. Genty's he's getting the pass only because it's relative to what we've been exposed to previously.
Right. No, and that's a very good, valid statement. It's a true valid statement. You know, I just can't give a guy that was picked number 6 a pass on anything. I'm going to be relatively harsh. I am going to nitpick on everything. If you're
and I've seen you your disposition towards Jeremiah Love, like it's night and day between Genty and Jeremiah Love. Like when you're drafting a running back top 10, it really should be without question, like no argument, like of course this is the guy. But you know, that wasn't the case with Genty at all. So it's an unfortunate situation that he's now under a microscope, and it's justified that he's under that microscope. But it wasn't anything he did personally, obviously. Like he was just kind of put in that position, but inevitably he has to step up to the plate and be the one that makes it right. And Spytech better hope that everything pans out, because ultimately that pick could be make or break for the organization. Because as we're all aware, like Membu went right behind him, and McMillan went right behind him. So it was like the two guys that Raiders Nation wanted, just like with Jalen Carter, kind of fall in the subsequent picks, and then we have to spend the next 5, 6, 7 years looking at the guy we should have had. But inevitably we're stuck with the guy that a lot of us were kind of polarized about, which was the case with Tyree Wilson and Cleveland Farrell and Arnett and so on and so forth. Like pretty much all the picks outside of Jacobs were pretty controversial, and even Jacobs was controversial to an extent. Like I wasn't exactly thrilled about a running back in the first round that I thought could have went in the second or third round, but it kind of is what it is. Like clearly he justified it because he stepped up to the plate and made that pick right. But
True. And again, right, I always give props when props are due. But I'm just not sold. I'm not sold. This kid, number 6 draft pick, man.
Were you sold on the Jacobs pick?
On Josh Jacobs?
Josh Jacobs in the first round.
I don't think I was sold on him because he wasn't even like the premier running back at that time.
No, he had that low yardage, low tread kind of tag, which no one really knows what to make of that because it becomes such like a gamble.
So my thing is this: do you know the story? Did you hear him tell the story? Josh
Jacobs' story?
Yeah.
Yeah, we discussed it previously where he didn't think he was going to get drafted.
Correct.
He ended up going first round, like kind of Namdi Asamoah.
Football at all, let alone get drafted. He didn't think he was even going to play. He was looking for the job.
Right. He was on to the next thing.
So it just goes to show you, man, not everybody, sees themselves like you would expect, especially at that level. That man was looking for a job, and clearly he's going to be in the league for quite some time if he can stay healthy.
Yeah, he's different, Josh Jacobs.
Always has been different. And now sometimes I do feel sick about not paying him. I pray Chris ain't listening. Please don't.
One thing about Jacobs is you can tell a lot about who's a true superstar based on how other superstars view players. And Josh Jacobs got unique respect from Devontae Adams that I don't think Adams gives most players. Like, there was a mutual respect there, but it was almost seemed like Adams had more respect for Jacobs because Jacobs was the guy sacrificing himself constantly, and Adams respected that. And then, unfortunately, Adams started enduring the physical beating that a running back might endure, and maybe respected it even more. But that wasn't. But in any event, like Adams gave Jacobs true respect, and that kind of speaks to his superstardom.
Yep. Nope. I agree, man. I totally agree. And the other problem the other problem I have with JT is the whole entitlement. That's the other thing. That really, I've never ever seen a running back entitled. Never. I'm being honest. I can't even think of one. I can't think of one running back that I will put on my list, of any list, that felt entitled, felt like they should have the ball, like acting like a wide receiver. A diva.
It's pretty rare. Like, I'm scratching my head thinking about it, but
he's running around doing dancing videos, looking fruity.
The TikToking.
It's driving me crazy, man. It's driving me crazy, bro. I don't know. I'm cut from a different cloth to where you had to come in and prove yourself as a rookie, not have Peter give you the ability to go in my Michael Myers stance. It drives me mad. I don't think anyone understands that.
Yeah, I mean, the stance thing,
the fact
personally,
he got that Peter, and we all know it.
No, I don't like how it came about. I like the fact that people innovate, they push the envelope, they test the boundaries, they live on the frontier. I love that. But as you're saying, you don't like the chain of command, how it shook out. Like, you don't like the fact that it involved all this politics and kind of cringe kind of power dynamics as it was. Like, that's not cool. It would have been cooler had he just from the get-go been like, no, I'm going to do what I believe is the best thing for this team, and like, fuck the coach. Like, the coach doesn't have the best interest of the team at heart.
Exactly.
Like, challenge the power structure and stand on your ground. Like, stand your ground. I feel there's a lot of respect in the running back position. Like, it's a respect position.
It is, man. I mean, it's lost its lackluster, if you will. I don't know, man. That was the biggest issue I had with the kid, believe it or not. And I don't know if anybody really understands. Like, my biggest problem was, man, you showed your true feelings, in my opinion, pouting like a 2-year-old because you weren't getting your way. That'll never fly with me as a running back. I mean, there are times where you're going to get the rock, you're going to get everything that comes to you, and then there are going to be times you got to just sit down, man.
Yeah, I often think of a guy like Darren Sproles as the perfect example of a guy who had to sit behind the true superstar who demanded the rock all the time, as LaDainian Tomlinson maybe rightly justifiably did. It was his team, his ball, and Sproles had to figure it out. Like, he waited in the wings, he got his opportunities, but ultimately he had to explode on another team. But he did what was right by the team, playing behind LT, and he could have been a distraction. He could have demanded trades. He could have not performed, but ultimately he performed every single time he touched the ball with the Chargers. It punished us terribly. Like, I remember those games.
Bad.
They hurt bad. Like, some backup running back just torching us as badly as the starter. Like, that's nonsense.
Horrible. So yeah, and I know, like I said, I know we're gonna get back to this running back thing. I want to continue with this offensive line, man, because this is the other question. We asked about the best starting five. The reality is, sorry guys, we don't have a starting five. We just don't. We don't have a starting five. I'm just gonna keep it real. So we're gonna move on from that question and talk a little bit more about Mr. Trey Zoom. Do you consider him to be a project, or do you think he's gonna be an immediate contributor?
No, something about Trey Zune stands out. Like he's probably way older than his actual age. He's already like one of the more mature guys on the roster, which is kind of a ridiculous thing to say because he's also one of the more athletic guys for his size on the roster. So I think it's ultra high upside. It's just going to require him to put in the time, the grind, and it'll eventually come around for him. But yeah, he's a high floor kind of person from my perspective. And teams didn't want to gamble on him because he didn't stick with a particular position and dominate in that role. So that creates an easier justifiable pick. There's kind of like that gambling aspect to that selection. That's why he didn't go in the first few rounds. But in any event, like I would say I have him right there with JPJ as far as my feelings of potential.
No,
and potential impact.
No, I like that. Kids from Colorado, man. Fort Collins. Played obviously at Texas Tech. He's 6'6", 312 pounds. I mean, you can
solid.
You can easily put on whatever weight you need him to in terms of right or left tackle, right? And at 6'6", definitely too large for a center, but he can still get there in guard. I mean, it is pretty tall for a guard. They're usually, right, 6'3", 6'4".
Yeah, a lot of it comes down to proportions, like how long is your torso versus your legs versus your arms and chest, all these ratios. So if he can make it work, he can make it work, but 6'6" feels like a big number for interior.
Crazy. It feels crazy. And he's actually, I think, his arm length is only 32 and a half, so I would think that's pretty small. I would think. That's why
you start to lean as interior, and that's why he fell in the draft. Like it's kind of, it comes down to numbers, not necessarily skill, talent, or heart.
This is another one that I think might be wild. He's 6'6" and a half, but his wingspan is 6 feet 8 inches. It's almost 6 feet 9 inches.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts. That explains why he's such a good pass blocker, is because he takes up an enormous amount of space, like despite the shorter arms.
Almost the same, taller than his height. Yeah, that's wild. I wonder what is Max's arms to his height as the Condor. You know what I mean? I'm curious.
The ratios.
Yeah, I have to look now.
It's such a massive thing in basketball, like how your ratios break down and start to determine the strategy that the team is running. Like,
dude, those guys' arms be dragging. Their knuckles are dragging too. Like, you know what I mean? Those dudes are like, yeah. So look, this is the difference, and this is why Max Crosby is called the Condor. Max is only 6'4", but his wingspan 6 feet 9 inches. That's wild. That's wild.
Yeah, for 6'4", he's got above average arms, which and wingspan rather.
That's wild. That's wild. That can't be normal, right? He's definitely.
Oh, he's built like a basketball player, which is why he's so into basketballs, because he has natural advantages in that. That sport.
And fighting. I don't know.
And fighting, reach and fighting.
Getting in the cage, bro. I respect you. Your chin's too high. I respect you I respect you for getting in the ring, Max.
No, it's true. Like you do gravitate towards sports that you're naturally built to play. So there's a reason he has a basketball court in his house, is because he's naturally built to play that sport.
So. Natural.
But you kind of hope that all players are able to find multiple sports that they're able to thrive at, because their bodies are naturally built for that.
Correct. And it makes them better at every sport. Whatever you're playing.
For sure.
Something else is going to make you better. But he stands up like this when he fights. Oh, yeah. His chin is really up. I'm like, Max.
I mean, he could probably benefit from trying some different styles of fighting, for sure. Like, you don't want to get put in a box as a fighter, because when you're easy to read, you're an easy target for countering.
That is it. Absolutely. Absolutely right. Uh-oh. AI viewers. Stream.com. I don't know who this is. I just thought I'd put it up there, though, because it's coming through on Twitch, right? We got comments coming from everywhere. I just want everybody to know Turf got this technology thing down pat now.
Sir, what do you think of these new releases on all this AI stuff with agents and like being able to run so many long projects through small prompts? You make one prompt, it goes for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, just
Well,
running tasks. Like,
I'm just gonna tell you. I mean, it's taking my job. Shout out to software engineering. It's a whole new world. There's this thing called vibe coding.
yeah, I've been vibe coding the past few days. Like this whole ChatGPT has built out this thing called Codex, which is like a special platform for vibe coding. But they've ultimately created an app for the phone now, so it's become vibe coding from the phone. It runs off your computer, but you're like giving commands from your phone that get sent to your computer that then run the Codex vibe coding software development. Like pretty efficiently. Like the pipeline of creativity from your iPad or your phone to your computer is pretty crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, absolutely. So, hey, it's no coincidence. It's no coinky dink. I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of people know who I am. It's not Turf, right? It's Terrence, man. I have no problem telling, who my government, Terrence. You can go check. I'm on LinkedIn. I have my degree in computer science. Graduated from Montana State University. Everyone knows this because that's where I played ball. Shout out to the champions, the Bobcat champions of 2025. Yeah, but I know way too much about this. I'm just going to tell you that. I know way too much about this, and
it hits on a personal level.
It hits way
deep.
Personal. It already has changed the world, and people just don't know it. It's changed my life inside out.
Do you reckon the whole unrolling of agents to a commercial level, where now just your average person can get access to not just a prompt, but a sequence of prompts that are running autonomously and building on each other and like amplifying their initial prompts, like that sets a huge amount of power in people's fingertips.
So this is how I look at it. I'm just going to tell y'all this, and we're going to move on because I might start a tech channel. I really actually might start a tech channel. But I will tell you, I have not had to code in over a decade. And right now, I would not hire anyone to code for me, for anything. I'm going to just leave it at that.
Yeah, coding is at your fingertips.
Anybody. I don't need anybody. The agents that Pigs is referring to are going to be better than any human that I could ever imagine. I can context it. I'm not talking about this anymore. We're going to talk about it at another day, but yes.
Like black magic. We're talking about some voodoo stuff.
Yeah, it's a whole different deal.
Well, inevitably, this is impacting the NFL, though. Like, if we're talking about it, inevitably, this is part of the locker room talk, part of the coach room talk, part of the front office talk. Like,
because you can't run away from AI no matter where you are.
You have to confront it as an organization, as a team.
And if anything, you have to learn how to use it to your advantage, because I'm telling you right now, in the real world, if y'all are listening and you don't know what we're talking about, you have already lost. You are already behind. You will not catch up. You will not pass go. You will not collect 200, and you're definitely going straight to no job jail. No job jail.
No, you got to start worshipping the AI overlords.
I don't know what to tell y'all. I really don't. I mean, if you can't see my face and the fact that I don't even want to talk about this stuff, like, because it is my world, it is my life. I'm already making moves on a lot of things.
I think it's shaping the game currently. Like, I think plays are being deciphered before they're run based on formations that are coming 100%. From algorithm data breakdowns, which is what exposed Chip Kelly so bad, is because he's very predictable based on doing things according to patterns, and patterns are easily deciphered. And so players are able to get the read before the players run and know what's coming. Set the counter.
It's going to be, so when they say the game of inches, I don't think people will understand, because this is where If Kubiak can figure this out properly, it's game over because he has a guy that runs a 4.34. It's a game changer.
Yeah, it's a weapon, a serious weapon.
What I'm telling you is when AI gets a hold of, hey, this is all we need. I'm going to just put it to y'all like this. AI, in less than a second, will be able to look at a play, get all the information on every single player on that play, and tell you exactly how it's going to turn out based on who does what. Serious, I'm just telling you.
Well, when you start discussing the realm of like supercomputers, which obviously isn't prevalent, but if it were prevalent in the hypothetical world and it were in the hands of NFL owners, they would inevitably use it for this use case.
100%. There will be plays that you will see Mr. Washington untouched. And it will be because it would be impossible for him to get touched. And I think it all comes from the ability to have computers really pretty much draw it up for you. Period. There's things called angles, right? There's so many ways that they will draw up things to make it impossible for people to defend. Just as well as there are things on the flip side if you have the pieces. Right? And that's the key, right? And that's what I'll give y'all on this. The key is you got to have the special expertise in specific areas in those
the game breakers.
Yes. In order for this all to scheme up so that you just can't be beat.
I once had a conversation back in I want to say 2012 time period at a cafe in Toronto, like an espresso bar. And it was with a guy who had clear mental health issues, but he was going on and on about NASCAR and how NASCAR was totally rigged. And it all came down to supercomputers predicting engine performance and the ratio of gas to combustion in the engine was able to be computed by computers and predicted, and that the outcome of races was basically a mathematical equation.
Wow.
Obviously, I wasn't really buying what he was selling, but at the same time, he bought it so hard that it was hard not to respect the fact that in his world it was so real,
right,
based on the information that he was viewing. And maybe he was just ahead of the curve. Maybe he was talking about NASCAR, but it was 10, 15 years later was the reality that
I was gonna
he was tapped into.
It was the question of what did he put his money where his mouth was, meaning, hey, he took a risk.
Gamble.
No.
Gamble on the prediction.
Exactly.
Yeah, the crazy thing about technology is that it really does feel like magic in a certain sense. There's this element of until it's released to the world, you don't know what it's capable of, what its true power and potential is.
It is magic. It is magic. We're going to end this little tech talk on this. I'll just put it to you guys like this. Like I told you, I've not coded in years. And what I've built to date in less than 4 months is something that would take a team years to do. Now, yes, I've already divulged. Yes, I have a computer science degree, ladies. I'm not saying I'm sharp. I'm not saying I'm the best. And in fact, I'm probably the last of my class. But I think it's irrelevant when you don't need as much. And my thing is this. If Turf is doing this now, in 2 years, the way that technology exponentially grows, it's game over. Not only for me, not only for, right? Guys,
things are changing.
They are changing because your average Joe will be able to say, make me a website, and it will just make you a website. They won't just say, make you a website with the front end, right? HTML back end, whatever.
All the finessing.
Right, or,
so much, pushing and pulling. It'll just be more direct.
This is where the people that know
seamless.
Yes, this is where people like myself win. You can say, build me a website. I can say, build me a website and give it the intricate details. Front end, back end, right? Architecture. All of it.
All the push-pull levers, the dials, tune it all.
Potatoes and exactly how I want it to flow. All of those particulars, That's where your average person is losing right now. But I think you catch up in a few years.
It's a small, as you said, the exponential growth of these things is heading in that seamless direction where things are happening as they're said.
And this is not my opinion, ladies and gentlemen. Let me I did not say I was going to stop talking about this.
It's too tantalizing.
It is. It's just this last piece.
I think it's shaping the NFL. That's the reality, is that we're discussing it because this thing is shaping the team, it's shaping the players, it's shaping the outcome of the games. Yeah.
And what I will tell you is it's only going to take time. Like, when I started this thing, way back in 2000 when I graduated, the reason that turf would get hired for jobs was to use what they call open source. Open source equals free. And we all know you get what you pay for. So that's what the education did for you. It allowed you to take what you got to pay for, which was nothing, and implement it for a company to use for free and not have to pay the license. And
it's like a bridge.
And you're guaranteed,
connecting it.
You're guaranteed every 3 to 6 months there's a new tool that's going to be better, right? There's a new software company that's going to be better. You're going to have to learn that. And when I tell you there's a service for everything. So you're not going to have to only learn that new service software company. You're going to have to learn new services, softwares, companies. That's what Turf did till date. From 2000 till today. Every 3 months, Turf has had to learn something new and different. It's not easy.
The constant unrolling of the iterative design packages.
And the minute you decide to think you can stop because you're a smart guy, good luck, because
the ball keeps on rolling.
It's going to pass you by. And you're going to start hearing about all this new stuff. And because you were the guru and, stuck in your age, you're going to find out how that guru is gone because technology exponentially grows. It doesn't just naturally grow like everything else, right? Like a human that grows when you're... No, technology grows exponentially.
The detail that you pointed to that stands out the most is this element of the playing fields being leveled, where your average Joe is now able to have access to the power that previously was reserved for the ultimate tech nerd that had thick glasses and was in the books like 90% of the day. Now your average Joe is able to have access to that power of the ultimate
100%. 100%. And it's pretty scary. I mean, I was shocked I got another job. I'm still going to keep things on hush a little bit here and there, but I was shocked I got another job. I'm just going to put it to you that way because, again, when I look at this stuff, a lot of times I wouldn't hire anybody. You see, that's my point. Like,
well, companies still at the end of the day have stockholders and responsibilities and liabilities. So there needs to be an element of someone has to take responsibility for something. So someone put their name on it, kind of deal.
Yes, but this is going to be the problem. And I'm serious. I'm ending it on this one. In my opinion, this is going to be one of the major problems. As people catch up, you no longer have to pay for those licenses. You build it on your own. And that's the reality because the enterprises, they cannot move like an individual. You just said it. It's a whole conglomerate. It's 15, 2,000, 3,000. Some of these companies, 100,000. You can't just pivot. You would cause so much chaos and issues. You're guaranteed to fail. But as a single person starting out and not having to use a human for anything, the sky's the limit.
Yeah, it's very liberating in a sense. Like,
why would
giving
I
all that power.
Microsoft Office when I can build Microsoft Office?
Yeah. You just describe it with a prompt.
Specifically to my company. I don't need, right? Because that's the thing. as a seller of software, right? Software as a service, SaaS, for you people that, right? That's the end target and the goal. There are already some environments in right industries where software as a service is gone, ladies and gentlemen. It's already gone.
The part of AI technologies and agents that is most exciting is that it can be constantly on and working, and as you're running the software is developing itself according to how you're using it. So it's kind of, it looks at your preferences and is able to adapt to that. So that's kind of liberating in a sense, because you don't need the company making it. It's
this
you.
will be the last one that I'll probably blow your guys' minds a little bit for the ones that really understand it. But it's called self-healing. So, Pigs has a problem with some software. He decides to send a support ticket. Well, now, no one has to look at it. The agents pick it up, they triage it, they push it to whichever agent that's responsible, right? Front end, back end, right? Database.
Yeah, the packages. Yeah.
And it's done. No one ever looks at it.
Yeah, you have a specialized model built for that exact.
Looks at it.
Use,
it just gets fixed.
I guess the ethical issue underpinning all this is that if that becomes normalized, where no one is ever looking at anything, it's all automated. The underlying ethical implication is that everyone then becomes almost desensitized to the fact that stuff is happening, and it's all just unconscious, unaware stuff that we become so distant from that we just don't understand it.
Yes.
And in that sense is truly magic, because it's like unfathomable how anything is happening.
Yep. And we've gone on a tangent for way too long. I'm leaving this subject. We're getting back to the offensive line, ladies and gentlemen. JPJ bouncing back. Yep, I'm
JPJ.
Sure. JPJ bouncing back. What are your thoughts on JPJ?
Yeah, JPJ's
right. Yeah, go ahead.
He's a guy that is truly like a free spirit, and that should be like almost embraced and encouraged, that he do his things his way. And like, I think last year we really tried to put him in a box and like put him in a mold and like contort him into fitting this vision of the coaching staff, which was clearly fucked up. And like,
so this is the direct contrast. I'm sorry I cut you off, but because I have this thought on my mind and why I can show you specifically what I mean in terms of the entitlement of a rookie. Because guess what? JPJ came in with who? Mr.
With
number
who?
6. What draft class was he with?
Oh, you're talking
Number
about
6.
the offensive line.
Yes,
Okay.
JPJ.
Yeah.
He came in Ashton Genty's draft. Am I wrong?
No, before Genty.
Oh, he came in.
Remember, he welcomed Genty.
He came in together, and that's where I was going with
Remember,
it.
he said, "I'm your center."
That's
he
where I
introduced
was
himself.
going with it.
Yeah.
You notice how that turned out. You saw what Peter and his son did to that situation.
Right.
But
that was unfortunate.
You know why they did this, right? I'm gonna tell you why they did this. And hey, y'all can believe me, y'all cannot. I don't give a damn. It wasn't their pick. That's why they did it.
JPJ.
It wasn't their pick.
Yeah, I'm not going to disagree with you. There's power dynamics there. There is
power dynamics. He's not our pick. He's got head issues. We're nipping this in the bud. I didn't agree with any of it. But in my opinion, Peter did that on purpose.
I agree.
Just like he gave Michael Myers his deal on purpose. Chip Kelly clearly told that man you need to get in the real stance.
No, there was politics going on. There was a lot of politics.
Oh, it bothers me a lot. That bothers me a lot. Here it is, the best lineman we got, trying to welcome his should-be superstar, all-star, wearing a gold jacket running back.
Yeah.
And this is the games you play. And then people want to know why I effing hate this front office. I absolutely hate it.
Yeah, the front office should have had a spine and stepped in and told the coaching staff that,
And this
we're
is
the
why
we're the
I
ones
don't
calling
like
this job.
Tech anymore. He let it all happen.
Yeah.
It's under your watch, baby. I'm sorry. I like one single ringable neck. That's what I like.
Do you reckon Spytek in some sense did learn from that, though? Like, he did make the mistake and understood that the mistake was made and kind of developed some insight or consciousness around it?
It drives me crazy. It drives me crazy. We got my dog in the building, Money Chuck. What's cracking, Money Chuck? Appreciate you for coming through. Hope you enjoy the show. Rookie entitlement, Unc? Because he was the starting center when he introduced himself to Janty? No, so you read that wrong. You read that wrong, Money Chuck. I don't think he had entitlement at all. Who I'm saying has entitlement is Ashton Janty, not JPJ. And it's very obvious they both got treated completely different, even though, in my opinion, they're both pretty much the same player as far as tier. He should have never been drafted in the top 10.
Yeah, and JPJ should have went in the first round. Like he fell.
Because of the injuries, the head injuries.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you read that wrong. I never ever in a million years thought JPJ was entitled. In fact, I thought he was the catalyst to that freaking front office, that front line. I mean, when you watch him play in center, that dude was boogieing, man. He was breaking everything he had to make blocks downfield. They had to tell the kid to tone it down, the refs.
Yeah.
Wow.
I would argue JPJ was playing the center position like a running back. Like, the
Dude.
mentality he brought to the position
Yes.
was running back-esque.
Bro, I am still completely lost. I'm still like, I don't understand what, other than what I just told you, because I've seen it before, not only in person, right? Not only on the football field, but in corporate America and everywhere else. If it's not your pick, can't let it shine, right? Think about it. Can't let it shine. It's not my pick.
That's tribalism. It's you rally around your guys.
Well, I don't think people are listening. Pigs, are you listening to what I'm saying? Like, this happens in corporate America too, like all over the place. Like all over the place.
Well, at the end of the day, it's power dynamics, and things play out according to, like, an AI would have seen this coming. Like, if you plugged all the information in, it would have been able to see that there was going to be some politics unfolding, and that people wouldn't be necessarily doing what's right by the team, but rather what's in the interest of some hidden agenda that boils down to, I didn't make this choice, so therefore I'm not going to support it.
Bingo! Money Chuck. Janty is an amazing talent. He's worthy of his draft pick. I highly disagree. And the reason why I'll tell you I highly disagree, and it's already going to be proven, name the last time you drafted a running back in the top 5, and then in the next draft you actually drafted another running back. You name it. You tell me the last time your franchise running back was drafted and then you literally drafted another running back the next year. You tell me. You go find that and show me where that makes sense. And I'm talking 4th round like Mike Washington Jr. And I don't want to hear nothing about it's the times, this, that. No. You tell me. I want to know, because I'm telling you right now, if you're a top 10 running back draft pick, you need to be in every down back. There is no second dude. It should be, and that's what's driving me crazy. You drafted him at 6, and now people are giving him these excuses. You need to compliment him. Do you think they're going to compliment Jeremiah Love? Bye, Connor. Your job is over, buddy. Your job, you will be complimenting Love, meaning, give him some breathers. We'll get you some touches, but the lion's share is going to Love. Guess what they said with your boy Janty that you're talking about is an amazing talent. We need some help. We need some help. There's no way he can carry the load. We just showed you that. They gave him, he had 7th most carries in the NFL with a 3.6 average. Bro, I don't know why people are so hung up on this kid. They've just anointed him without anything being done. I don't understand it. They have just anointed this kid like he is the best thing since sliced bread. He is not Bijan Robinson. He is not Jahmyr Gibbs. I mean, there are so many other running backs. Hell, in his own class. I don't even think he's Judkins, let alone Henderson or my underperforming guy, Hampton, who was injured.
Reasonably, where do you think he gets drafted if it were falling
first round. He's a first-round talent, but at the bottom of the draft. I think he gets drafted like old boy did this year that's behind Jeremiah Love on the same team.
Oh, Price, yeah.
There you go. And I guarantee you, everybody was pissed at that. That the Seahawks, they just got rid of one of the best running backs in the league and just refurbished.
Yeah, Price is nice. I think he could do really well in the NFL. He just has to put on NFL strength and weight and hold on to the rock, not turn it over.
Did I actually watch Santa in college? First and foremost, Money Chuck, I got a question for you. Do all games translate to the NFL from college? That's my first question to you, because I can name a plethora of people that were drafted, let alone first round, second round, that are busts, that never amount to jack.
Yeah,
at all.
You got to put on a lot of weight when you join the NFL, and that can really affect your speed and.
Dude, and he's already too small for all of that. He's already only 5'8", 200 pounds. But you gonna put another 20 on him at 5'8"? He already runs barely a 4.5. I don't see why y'all don't see stuff, man. I don't see why y'all don't see stuff. Bro, and it's not me hating. It's not like I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying, put any dirt
this is
on.
Interesting. Money Chuck is claiming he's a bell cow.
A proven bell cow? He's got more tread on him than the tires I just replaced. But I'll put it to you this way. Janty will not get another contract from us. You want to bet? Money Chuck? Your name speaks for itself. You play poker just like I do. Put your money where your mouth is, homeboy. I'm telling you right now, I promise you we won't pay him. Who want to make a bet? I promise you he don't get paid. When that contract is up, next.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate reality of running backs. Is
next.
Replace him in the draft.
Next. You're crazy if you think this kid is a proven bell cow. Dude, he played in the Mountain West. How many times do I have to tell people this?
Yeah, I mean, Money Chuck's saying that he went to games, so, I mean, understandable.
Who cares about going to games in college in Boise? You're in Boise, dude. Nobody goes to Boise. That's a
fair counterpoint.
Nobody goes to Boise. And my dog, the only reason I actually even got a scholarship, played at Boise. Shout out to DeAndre Sears from Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm just telling you, Money Chuck. I love Boise State. Are you kidding me? It's my guy's alma mater. He went there. I went to Montana State out of Mesa. You absolutely right. I'm going to rep Boise State because that's where my dog went. There's no way I could have gotten to where I got without him blocking for me. But I'm not going to sit up here and lie to you and act like the Mountain West is something to be. Bro, the Mountain West can't even compete with the Big Sky, and the Big Sky is FCS. You're getting more guys out of the FCS than you're getting out of the Mountain West. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
I mean, the counterpoint to what you're saying is that there is proven quite often that running backs do come out of lower ranked
100%. 100%.
It does happen. It does happen. It's just, it is rare, obviously. very rare and exceptional.
My dog is in the building. Coach Gravy. Gravy, I got to pull you up at some point, bro. We got to get you in on here, bro. We got to get you in, Gravy. Because Gravy, he's an Ashton guy. He's an Ashton Janty guy.
He's telling you to stop this.
Exactly. He's an Ashton Janty guy. And look, I get it. I understand y'all want to fall in love with this kid. I'm just a realist. I'm realistic about it. Y'all mad that I treat running backs exactly the same, on the same playing field, on the same level. That's what I'm trying to say. Y'all talk so much about this kid. Tell me about the other running backs in the best running back draft class on the planet, and how they've done, and how well they've fared, and what they've done on this season. You can't, because you're so nut-hugging on Janty, who averaged 3.6 yards a carry. Bro, Jesus Christ.
I mean, Money Chuck makes a point. He did almost get 200 yards against Oregon. Oregon did have a pretty solid defense.
It's
solid
Oregon.
Defense. Not great, but like
it's
solid.
Oregon. Money Chuck. Money Chuck. I play at a minimum 3 days a week. And I don't do it for a living because I have a computer science degree. Money Chuck, I did that back in 2002. I played for 2 years straight and paid every bill in the house. Got a wife to prove it. Got the receipts. Just didn't make sense. Didn't make sense. I mean, you can make $200,000-$300,000 sitting behind the desk. And I want to grind for 15 hours and maybe make $15 that day, depending on the ebbs and flows of poker. If you really know poker, you know it's not conducive to a family. Money Chuck, I hope you won't. You calling me up, but I'm hoping I can call you up. And hey, if you're successful at playing poker for a living and you supporting the family and you paying all those bills, good for you. My bills are very high. And and a computer science degree is what allowed and allotted for me to do the things I've done, and as well as my kids. You know what I'm saying? Bro, I play at the lodge got shut down. I'm at Texas Card House regularly. In fact, my condo in Vegas is being rented out by people that are poker dealers that are dealing for the World Series right now.
Oh,
I
cool.
got a spot, not even a mile and a half from the Orleans, my guy. It's my favorite place to play poker in Vegas.
What's the Orleans?
It's an old school, off the strip casino. One of the
what about it stands out to you? Is it?
So they have what they call Omaha high-low split, and it's probably the biggest casino for Omaha, period. And that's what I absolutely love. Absolutely love Omaha high-low. It's how I learned how to play. And I can, we're getting on all these different tangents, and I don't mind as long as pigs don't mind. But
well, that's a good one for Money Chuck. He wants to call in and
yes, Money Chuck. Yeah. So this is it. So again, I learned how to play poker Omaha high-low. And as a person that's learning, your brain doesn't logically think, right? And this is the easiest way to explain it. It's a high-low game. So this pot is getting split half the time, every hand for the most part. On average, the pot is getting split 90 out of 100 times, right?
Huh.
But it's a confusing game because you have a high hand and you have a low hand. And you have to play two cards for both.
Huh.
So it gets confusing. Very confusing.
That's a lot of pressure on the dealer.
It's a lot
to keep
of
it
pressure.
Together.
That's what I learned how to play poker on. And I fell in love with it because you know what? At least I can get some of the pot back. Because think about it. A low is ace, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 people can have ace, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a poker hand of 9. So you can get even worse than quarter, but your brain doesn't logically think that way when you're learning how to play. You're just happy you're getting something back. But that's when I realized, this is very different. And then you play Hold'em, it's the most boring game you're ever going to play. You're lucky to win a hand or two every half hour or so. And that's the rub. So, yes, you're going to make way more money. You're going to play way less hands and hold them.
That's pretty interesting.
It is. And that's the thing, man. So, when I'm in Vegas, I always play the Orleans because, for one, I do it more so for fun than anything. But when I'm at home, you're never going to catch me playing. You know, we have bomb pots, so you obviously out of play Omaha. It's not high-low split. It's just straight up Omaha high. So you're not splitting the pot. It's two boards. So chances of you splitting the pot are large, but it's a big pot. So there's a lot to it, man.
Like the nuances.
There's so much to it. Again, I tell people this story because, hey, look, I'm very transparent. The people that know me know, and the poker world is still very, very small. That's what I'm saying. Do you know who Doug Polk is, Money Chuck? Because I can call Doug right now. Like, you know, like, I don't think you would, like, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I've been in this game for a long time, but I've been in the game as far as with the people that are in the game. I learned how to play by a guy named Lane Flack. Shout out to Lane Flack. Rest in peace. He's no longer alive. But that's how I learned how to play the game. I tell people I got my degree in computer science, but the reality is I got my degree in poker, playing with him, running a poker hall with him, being a dealer, making sure that, you know, the room runs. I learned way more than you could ever imagine. Like,
I feel like dealing the game is you would take on a very unique advantage dealing the game because you have inside perspective on it.
There's just so much. There's so much to it. There's so much to it. But Money Chuck, bro, I welcome you at any point to play anywhere at any time. Like that's it's poker, dude. I mean, won't be the first time I lose and it won't be the last, but I can assure you it won't be fun for you. I'm just telling you, bro. You talk about you play for a living. I got receipts. I know you say you play for a living, bro, but I literally live less than 10 minutes. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You older than me. You calling me young? I'm gonna call you young too. You 3 years older than me. I'm 51. And I'm gonna tell you, I've been playing since 1995. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you I've been playing all my life. I was 20 years old when I picked up the game of poker in college. That's how old I was. I got to Montana State in 1994, but I didn't start playing till 1995. And like I said, I learned from literally Google them, LAYNEFLACK. Somebody go Google them, please, and I promise you. They call him back-to-back Flack because he won the Jack Binion tournament 2 years in a row. Johnny Chan decided to front him, and that's all she wrote. And I'm just telling you, I'm not saying just because I learned from somebody like that, I'm going to beat everybody. No, it doesn't work. Bro, I've lost Money Chuck. I've lost for 6 months straight. Have you ever done that, Money Chuck? Have you ever lost for 6 months straight? You talking all this stuff like, you know, you just do nothing but win. Tell us about the losses, homeboy, because that's the truth out of poker. That's the truth, my guy. Because I'm telling you, there was nothing worse than having to pay rent and sitting at Foxwoods Casino for 16 hours and only having $5 up because the game is just so wild and volatile. Like, you talking crazy, bro. I don't think you know who you talking to, man. You talking to somebody that really did this. I don't know. I'm not talking about after the kids and everything, and now all of a sudden you want to talk. No, I did this way before I had a child.
Well, it sounds like it runs deep in your veins.
And I have a daughter that's 20. I'm just telling you, bro. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And see, you talking about dealing in the back of places. No, I dealt for an establishment, my dude. I dealt for Lucky Lives. It's still there today. 2 tables. Ran food, chips, did the books, Shout out to Tom. Rest in peace, Tom. Bro, I don't think you understand. Because I had a computer science degree, they brought me into the company. Like, dude, you can do our QuickBooks. I built computers, so I built the computer for them. Then I put QuickBooks on it, and then I did all their books for the poker hall.
That's pretty cool. the full nine yards.
I know how to run a poker hall, and I got receipts to show I wanted to do it here in Austin. And guess what? Lane, who was still alive at the time, said, you know what, Turf? We're not going to get the dealers. We're not going to be able to, right? And he deterred me from it. And now you have the Lodge, TCH, Strike. I can go on and on about the poker halls around here. And it does make me sick to my stomach, Money Chuck. Because I'm tired of listening to people and not just going with my gut and doing certain things when I want to do it. But yeah, dude, we can talk about this forever. We are not even talking about football anymore. It's an hour and a half. We're not talking about football. Money Chuck, you are good. Because you definitely know how to derail Turf. Shout out to Money Chuck. We getting back into the game.
He's claiming he clears 6 figures annually. That's pretty nuts.
Yeah, that's not a lot of money. Unless you're talking like 400 or 500.
Over,
I mean,
6 years in a row.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, like, that's not a lot of money. Think about it. What is that a week? 1,000 a week? It's just not a lot of money. 6 figures is 100,000. That's just not a lot of money, bro. I don't. I mean, get a bonus for 6 figures in tech. That's a bonus. At this point, that's
receipts.
I want to see receipts, Money Chuck. See receipts, Money Chuck.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know what? I'm about to. You know what? This is definitely gonna be the end of Money Chuck, right here. Money Chuck, I'm about to end this with you right here. Hold on. I'm gonna send you my last. I just literally just had this. Shoot, let me see. This is it. I'm ending this right here, Money Chuck. And the only reason I do this stuff is because, right? You know, sometimes I do send to my other poker players and stuff. You know, we get some nice hits. But I'm gonna show you, and it ain't even the $5,000. But I'm going to show you so that, cause I want you to show me. I want to hear about all these 6-figure years and show me the piles of money that I want to see it, because I have plenty of pictures, plenty of pictures, and I'm about to show you one right now. We're gonna nip this in the bud for Money Chuck. Send me some pictures, Money Chuck, because I'm about to send it to the whole world right here, right? I'm the one online. I'm the one live, right? I'm the one live.
Money Chuck did say that he would call in if he had the opportunity, but
I'll send Money Chuck. I'll send you the freaking link right now, Money Chuck.
Yeah, you can show receipts and live.
We can send you the receipt right now. You can show us the receipts, just like I'm gonna show you the receipts. Hold on, I'm putting this in the. Let me see. Hold on, right? The invite, copy link, invite. I'm putting it in the chat. I can pull you up. Where is Money Chuck at? Which one are you in, Money Chuck? Here you are. Putting it in the chat, Money Chuck. That one's right there for you. That one.
I reckon players are probably playing cards here and there. You think?
Oh God, yeah. But it's not a day, second. It's still believe it or not, Pigs, it's still a small knit community. You want to know why? Because people try to play for a living. It never works out. It never works out. It just
the whole thing with remember Gino got punched? Do you think that was from a card game? The not paying up his dues.
Who knows, right? Who knows with that guy?
I reckon it probably was a card game.
Right.
that
right.
Gino was involved in.
Right. No, I'm about to show Money Chuck my last. This was just the other day. I mean, I just, because this is the thing. I don't cash in because I don't need. You're right. I just take it home with me. You know what I mean? And hey, sometimes I run out. Sometimes I do make a big deposit. And Turf is happy. I get to pay off something, or But yeah, And I'm telling you, you can ask my guys because I actually call it Money Chuck. I swear to God. I've been calling my hits Money Chuck since you've ever said this. Like, I want to say like a year ago, Money Chuck. I've been calling this out. I swear to God. So you know the Raider Syndicate. We have the chat group.
Right.
We have people that hit parlays a lot, right? We have people that gamble and they actually do well. I just so happen to be one of those guys that gamble and typically, for the most part, do well. But I don't have a problem being honest and saying I lost for 6 months straight. 6 months straight. I don't even know anybody that's done that and actually can admit it and then can actually live to tell it like they actually still have a home. They still have a home. And I did it for 6 months.
I imagine losing on any streak can't feel very good, so sticking with it is kind of
I did it for 6 months.
Resilience.
I did it for 6 months. That's what I left with the last time I played Money Chuck. And when I say the last time I played, that was day before yesterday. Only reason I haven't played since the day before yesterday is because I got a cold, or I don't know if it's a cold, or I'm not gonna go get people sick because I like playing poker. It's just not right.
You don't know if you're contagious.
So that was just the other day. I wish I could show the date on the pictures. Literally 2 days ago. And I get pictures like this every other day, Money Chuck. And I post them sometimes because we always like to, have fun in our channel. And I'm telling you right now, I got guys that got receipts. And I got guys that don't know me like that would vouch. Because, again, we've been playing poker for decades. And I'm not saying I don't believe you. But that's not what I'm saying at all, Money Chuck. But you're talking about this like it's some big thing, like, dude, you make 6 figures. I put it to you this way, Money Chuck. I bet you I make more money than you do playing poker than I when I play when I'm in terms of my job. I love to play, period. I'd love to play you. I'd love to play anybody, period. Like, it's weird to me that you act like this is the funny thing. Like, you think I'm scared or something? Like, I don't understand where. Like, I'm supposed to be scared to play you, or if you win, I'm going to be like, oh, Money Chuck took my money. I'm going to never play him. Dude, I've been playing for decades. It doesn't matter. This is how I know you're a fraud. I'm sorry. Because this is crazy to me. It's crazy talk to me. It's crazy.
I know some poker players. I know guys
crazy
who
talk.
Went in too deep and got very burned by poker, but
exactly,
I never really played.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's very easy to get burned by poker. I see it every day. I literally see it every day.
Yeah, I mean, probably people are playing it for the wrong reasons at that point. Like, they're trying to dig themselves out of a hole as opposed to just like moving on with their life. But the card game that I really like, I like team games like euchre. Have you heard of euchre?
Absolutely.
Yeah, euchre is a game I enjoy because I like the team dynamic of it, like the social aspect.
I'm a spades player.
Cool.
Right? See, so that's the game that my parents brought me up on. That's the game my parents brought me up on. Is spades. That was the cookout, right? That was the functions. And then that's where the kids was always being the pain in the butt to the parents because they wanted to play, but nobody would want to play with them because they weren't good enough, right? So,
the way you're describing it,
Money Chuck. Thank you for unsubscribing for what, the 4th time now? Because I'm being honest with you, because I don't know any poker players that talk like you do. I don't know a single one, not a single one, bro. I brought up poker because you said something about it. And it just so happens that I don't think you realize who I am in terms of poker, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I'll put it to you this way. I think I know more people in the game than you do. I'll put it to you that way. And I got receipts. And when I say the game, I mean the game. I ain't talking about your California people only. No, I'm talking about people that literally have played for a living. Opened up poker games. Real stuff. Not this underground. I play in this house. My God. Yeah. Unsubscribe, dude. We go through this. So for all of y'all, shout out to Money Chuck. Appreciate you for coming through. Hope you enjoy this show. Money Chuck and TRS, we have an ongoing thing. He loves to show up and quit.
I think Money Chuck gets a rise out of getting under people's skin.
He
That
does.
seems to be his angle often.
I agree. I think you're absolutely right. I think he does this stuff on purpose, but I don't care. I just love to. I'll
Fair enough. Banter's banter.
Bingo, and this is why we do it, Biggs. I'm just glad you cool with it, man. I hope you don't got to get up because we got to finish the show. We got a lot to talk about still. All right, we're done with that poker stuff. You know, JBJ bouncing back. Is the O-line finally getting fixed? I'm just going to say no.
No. I was so hopeful about the O-line going into last year, and then when things went to shit, I became very disillusioned about the future of a guy like Colton Miller, and even Glaze to a degree. Like, I really felt Glaze should have been tested more. There should have been more competition, and his development was so hampered. Like, I'm really curious to see how he bounces back this year, DJ Glaze.
Yep.
Because he seems like a great guy, and I like the fact he's putting in the time and the effort and all that, but needs someone to challenge him for his job.
You know, I think he got anointed again too quick. I believe, you know, he got in. Everybody just dying for a tackle. We haven't had one, right? I mean, what's his name again? Starts with a T. He was on there. He was on the right side for a while. What is his name? We got rid of him. We haven't had a right tackle.
We had Jermaine Illuminor a while back.
Illuminor. We traded him to the Giants. He actually did well for the Giants as a tackle. As a guard, though.
He's playing all right.
He did all right. I wasn't thinking of Illuminor, though. There was another guy, but in any event, it didn't work out. It just didn't work out. And I don't know, man. We haven't had an offensive line in a decade. Like when's the last?
It's been a while. Last time we had a good line, we had Hudson on the team. That feels like for ages ago. Rodney Hudson, so long ago.
Dude, center, right?
Yeah, big dude, just dominating. I mean, that was kind of what I think a lot of guys were hoping JPJ would be. It's like just that dominant force that takes over at the point of the point of contact, like kind of the spearhead of the O-line.
Yep. No, absolutely right. Excuse me. I don't think we've had an offensive line in forever. I don't know if we'll ever get an offensive line cohesively anytime soon. It depends on how the front office deals with it. Again, this is part of one of those crown jewel situations. If they continue to draft young and put some pieces together, we might be able to create that chemistry, right? But I don't know, man. I don't like how they've been drafted. I don't like the linemen that they've drafted. They've been drafting a lot of projects.
Yeah, in the mocks we read, we were consistently drafting 2 guys in this past class. So that kind of goes to show that we really want to put pressure on whoever's getting the starting spot, like competition, let the cream rise to the top. But in a lot of ways, the rosters, the way they've been built over the years, is not about finding the most competition and letting the cream rise to the crop. It's rather, as you said, guys being anointed, usually through some kind of agenda of the coaches or front office. Like, true competition is hard to come by.
Right.
Even last year, all the talk from Pete Carroll about competition, and then there was nowhere in sight. Like,
yeah, of course not. My Michael Myers, I want to get my stance. Okay. Oh, don't get me started with that guy. Oh, Peter Carroll.
Do you feel that we were lied to by that whole competition mantra?
We were completely lied to. They had
Yeah,
they had everything.
I feel lied to about that whole competition thing.
Everything, bro. Everything. Shout out to my dog, 805, Raider in the building. Turf, why you getting Money Chuck all twisted up? Because Money Chuck be talking wild, man. Money Chuck, it's so funny because this is the first time Money Chuck decided to tell everybody he makes 6 figures playing poker. Like, that's some big deal. The people that really truly play poker for a living make way more than I'm sure what he's talking. You know, the fact that he even say that's what I'm saying. Like, Jesus Christ, dude. I literally just sat here and said I'm making more money with my degree than I would be grinding out poker. You know what I'm saying? Like, but Money Chuck being these YouTube streets, it is what it is. We are going back. Clint Kubiak's offense. What changes? There's heavy focus on the ending of the old garbage time offense problem and building a more efficient attack around, yeah, you guessed it, your guy Mendoza. You know, Ashton Janty is expected to explode in Kubiak's system. More heavy personnel and run concepts. This is what they think, guys. Outside zone, more play action, more fullback. Janty breakout season. What's your thoughts, man?
Yeah, I mean, I'm hopeful for a running back breakout. I'm not sure if Janty's going to be necessarily the guy, bell cow, quote unquote. Like, I think Hemby and Washington will get a lot of opportunities in this offense.
We haven't even talked.
And I think, honestly, I'm leaning more towards Hemby than Washington. I worry about Washington's ball control. If he starts fumbling early, I think that'll give a huge advantage to a guy like Hemby to get more opportunities than I think people expect.
I would absolutely agree with that, actually. And I think that Hemby is going to be chomping at the bit of every single person in that running back room, including Ashton Janty. And yes, he's going to be a problem, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if we'll be able to keep him. I'll put it to you this way. If by some wild chance he is put on the practice squad, I guarantee you he doesn't stay.
I think Laube is lower on the depth chart than Hemby after the preseason.
I pray you're right, because I still don't understand the whole Laube pick just in general across the board. Never understand.
I think he has skills, he has talent. I wonder about the fit in the NFL. Like, I think he'd be an amazing CFL player. Like, you should go to the CFL.
Right.
His body is CFL player. Like,
no, body. I agree. Shout out to Houston from LA. 50-55. Coaches hate fumblers. You are 100% correct. It's the fastest way to get your ass off the field. Look, I'll tell this story again. Because, see, Money Chuck likes to give y'all all the shine, the glitz, the glamour. I'll make 6 figures. Right? I'm going to tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly. I'll never forget this one. Pigs. I'll never forget this one, bro.
This is a fumbling story.
Colorado State. Shout out to Colorado State. My first year at Montana State. I've told this story before. But long story short, guy that played in the NFL, All-American defensive lineman. I want to say it was like my first of, too many carries. But I never, ever in my life felt, heard, feel the spit, the yelling, the growling. I thought this man was literally going to take my arm off of my body.
Oh, he's ripping at it.
As long as I live, I let that shit go, y'all. I'm just keeping it a bean. I let it go.
Snarling.
I let it go. It was a big, nasty pile. I was not ready for the moment. And I'll never forget it. And I got to the sideline. and the head coach himself, a tough SOB. Shout out, rest in peace to Cliff Isom, who a lot of people didn't like. He flat out looked me in the eyes. I lied and told that man the helmet speared the ball and it popped out. When I tell y'all about film, that Monday.
Oh no.
Wasn't a good day for Turf. If you want to know why Turf didn't have a great career at Montana State, that was
reckoning.
That was it. I'm just going to tell you the truth. This is why I have no problems. Hey, and Houston probably knew the story. I was already telling why he was laughing, because anybody that knows these things, bro, that's the last thing you can do as a running back is fumble the ball, bro. That's it. There's no coach that will have trust. I don't give a damn what you run 40 times, how fast you are, what you bench, nobody cares if you can't hold on to the ball, bro. Exactly, Houston. I'll never forget it for as long as I live. And I had to sit in that film class. I don't even know what to tell y'all. That was an understatement. I'll put it to you this way. I don't think I ever fumbled again at Montana State. And it's not because, I didn't get the ball anymore. I just knew. I knew from that point forward, that can't happen. That can't happen. I'll never forget that. And I'm telling y'all, it derailed my career. 100%. Not 10 to 100%. That derailed my career.
Yeah, and that kind of speaks to the Labe experience thus far. He got thrown into the fire, fumbled a bunch. And
he's not an NFL running back. That's what I keep telling people. Like, yo, I know. Dude, the other reason I knew and know about this kind of stuff, again, I have to bring it up. And I just learned, shout out to my man, my quarterback, Tony Banks. He is actually the receivers coach for one of these new UFL teams or something. But long story short, man, yeah, that was my quarterback, man. When I saw him,
yeah,
that's what I got. That's the NFL. I have no chance. I saw NFL talent immediately affected me. I tell the story all the time. In junior college, they had this back in the 90s, there were no computers. They had a big fat book of every single player. And in fact, some of them were players from years in the past that, still weren't even there anymore. They just never cleared the book. And they had all write-ups on every single player. Every write-up. Oh, shifty, this, that, and the third, blah, 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 blah. When it came to Tony Banks, you saw 5 words. You'll see him on Sundays. That's all you saw.
Yeah, that's a dude, as they say.
Bro, I saw it my first year, 18. You got to remember, I'm coming from the most non-football state, Connecticut, to one of the most football states in California. And this dude already was a professional baseball player. So he already got his money. He wasn't in junior college for junior college. Go look it up. He's the first quarterback drafted in the 96 draft. 3rd round by the Rams.
First quarterback drafted in the goes third round. I always find it hard to believe that a quarterback doesn't go first or second round. But yeah.
In 1996, Tony Banks was the first quarterback off the board in the 3rd round.
That's pretty cool.
I didn't make that up. But that's when I knew talent. And that was just one guy. I have so many dudes that I saw that made me realize, yep, Montana State is it, computer science degree, and I'm going to make more money than Money Chuck playing poker. Yep.
There are exceptions to this, though, like a guy like Kurt Warner, who ended up in a grocery store stocking shelves and then
found
eventually found himself onto the UFL and into the NFL.
Bro, and I love those stories, and that's why I tell people never. Man, I got a story with my guy Kiki, man. Shout out to Kenyatta Morgan. Again, a guy I played with. I traveled the country with him. After college, right? He wanted that dream. I was still in college, but I followed him all over the country. Rochester. That's how I learned about Caravana. You know, I already had that conversation.
Oh, cool. Yeah, Caravana.
Oregon. Every corner of the country, I went with Kiki. You know what I'm saying? Because he wanted to live out that dream. And sure enough, eventually he got picked up by Green Bay. He's got an NFL player's card. And we still doing this
cool.
shit we shouldn't get into. Because Kiki got it and only played in the league for like a year or two. And I don't even know if he ever even really touched it. Got a real play. Like, seriously. But he played it out. You know how everybody else was, right, graduating, getting jobs and starting families. He was really torn about it. And you're talking about a kid that had to graduate with a 2.5 from the business school at Montana State, which was no joke. I told him, man, follow your dreams, bro. Just go play. And that's what he did, man. And hopefully, luckily, today he's happy with that choice. But yeah, man. That's what that was, you know? So, bro, I got stories for days, man. Like, people from all across this country, man, good, bad, and indifferent as far as athletics, academics. Cause I was that. So this is the one piece y'all might not know. I've been with my wife since high school. I was the kid at college, observing, watching it all. That's serious. Don't get me wrong. Everybody knew I was going home. That's an honest truth. Everyone knew I was going home. I'm live. Whoever can watch this. Everyone knew I was going home. But yeah, man, I there's just a lot that I learned from people watching, from poker, all of it tells, like, that's why I say it's actually funny that, you know, because of all of those things, it does make me a better poker player. I can totally see tells. I can totally understand a lot of stuff.
Body language and reads. Yeah.
I understand absolutely, 100%. No different than half the time when I played, I knew exactly where the hole was going to be. Oh, that's just facts. Pre-snap read, he gonna beat my guard. He's not though. Like I would already have it mapped before anybody started the cadence. I could just see, depending on the scheme, right? Where the linebacker, like, and we're talking front seven. See, again, that's something. There's this thing called 7-on-7, but not what y'all think, right? It's the interior lineman. Interior lineman, and then just your linebackers and running backs. And everybody knows you're running the ball. Right? Everybody knows. There is no we passing, fake play. No. It's man on man, dog eat dog. What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Dude, in this new Raiders regime and philosophy, there's a lot of discussion of having two running back systems where potentially you have two running backs on the field at the same time. What are your thoughts on that? Having dual running back formations.
I love it because it's going to make you pick and choose, and it's going to cause those issues that I was talking about earlier when it comes to those speed things where it doesn't matter. The angles don't matter. You have to pick, and somebody's going to be open.
So there's going to be synergies between which running backs are on the field at the same time. Obviously, Washington with the high speed factor presents a huge challenge for defenses to respond to, which then opens the door to a guy like Genty kind of working in the middle with the threat of Washington on the outside.
We're praying for the fact that, you know what, they just have to honor our passing game. And then that's when we do actually hit them with the 1-2, whether it be we slashing you with Washington or we just running through you with Janty, who is the guy that is known for having the God-given talent of breaking tackles.
Yeah, that's an epic combination, but it does hinge on the passing game coming together.
And we don't have a number one wide receiver, so that's
yeah, Teterow and McMillan was right there, and we. I think honestly, I think Spytech saw character flags on McMillan and maybe even Membu too, and that's ultimately why he passed in favor of Janty.
And that is okay. It's no different than Jalen Carter, but look where Jalen Carter is.
Yeah, that's. I mean, it is what it is. You take risk reward. It's like poker. You're kind of waging bets on how things could be speculatively and playing it out.
Correct. I tell people this, and it is the truth. And you can take this for what you will. Poker is no different than the stock game. It really isn't. And I know people are going to be like, dude, Turf is tripping. It's not.
There's a lot of betting involved.
Exactly. You pick a stock and you pray it works. There's no guarantee that the stock is going to work. You pick two cards and you pray they work. There's no guarantee that they're going to work. But guess what? There are some cards that typically work more than others. They're called aces.
Yeah.
It's like...
Right. So you play those harder. A little harder.
You see my point. And it's no different than the stock market. There are some companies that just typically fare better with time. And it's no different. It's no different. It's just you put your money where it's supposed to be and get out when you're supposed to. Poker is no different. And that's why I'm laughing at Money Chuck. He over here acting like, he just talks about this shit like he always wins. No poker player always wins.
No, but that's kind of the Money Chuck brand. That's probably like...
It is the Money Chuck brand.
It's very unbrand.
Things called it. It's the Money Chuck brand.
Yeah, he's on brand.
It is.
He's doing what Money Chuck does.
All I'm saying is all I'm doing is... Y'all's job today after this debacle is to go find a poker player that can honestly tell you they never lost. Because I'm telling you they're a liar if they tell you. And when I say lost, I don't mean just lost for a day, for a week. I just told y'all, your boy Turf lost for 6 months straight. I'm not lying to y'all. Why would I lie to say I lost for 6 months straight? There's no reason to lie about that.
No, being able to come back or bounce back, whether it be in cards or sports, is certainly one of the best traits you could have in an athlete, because it means that never are you out of a game. You always have the ability to come back from like 0 all the way to 100 kind of deal.
It was a long...
Like it's always on the table.
Those last few weeks, bro, I'm telling you, I literally almost quit. This was not too long ago. I'm talking a few years back. This was not too long ago. And I know what a lot of it was. It was a lot of the inconsistency. See, again, I can talk about that stuff. We're talking football tonight, but I'm just telling you, anybody that feeds you this nonsense, trust me, man, just don't even let it go through one ear and out the other, because they're just feeding you complete bullshit. I'm just telling you, there's no poker player that's going to sit
when you were losing on that 6 month streak, were you playing particular type of poker? Because you mentioned that there was the high-low.
I was only playing Hold'em.
Omaha high-low?
No, I was only playing Hold'em. I was only playing
Hold'em.
I typically always only play Hold'em.
Yeah.
That's it. And it was just, it didn't matter what I did. I could play aces wrong. I could play them right. It didn't matter. I still lost. And I'm just telling you, I'm not look, this is how you get through these things. When you're in this small-knit community, that's how you get through those kind of things, because other players can see that. They know, because nobody can withstand the ebbs and flows of poker. That's just the facts of the game. No one can withstand those ebbs and flows without having those.
There is cheating in poker, because I remember there was the whole controversy. What was it in the NBA there was like a rigged poker
And
games
you
that were
wanna know
happening or
what?
some shit?
And
Like,
you want to know what? This is the funny thing about it because apparently Money Chuck came back. Shout out Money Chuck. Yeah, it's so funny. He says, you have an ego like Trump. Always running your mouth about how superior you do this? No, everything? Oh, so by me telling you I lost for 6 months, I'm superior. By me telling you I've quit decades ago trying to play poker for a living is being superior. I don't understand odds in math, but I have a degree in computer science where I had to go through every hard math class on the planet. Money Chuck, make it make sense. Money Chuck, make it make sense. Why are most of the poker players that they used to talk about the ones that do have the computer science can count? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, dude, this is hilarious to me.
I mean, this comment here is pretty on brand. He's saying you're a shit talker with a mic.
I sent Money Chuck the link. He still didn't come up. Money Chuck, we waiting for you.
Yeah,
I
open
sent
mic.
it already. I sent the link. Did I not send the link? It's
Yeah,
in
it's
the
the
chat.
ninja link. The ninja link.
I sent it to him. It's in the chat. I'll send it again. Money Chuck, where I know exactly where you are. I'm going to send. And in fact, I'm going to send it. Let me see if I can send it in here. I don't think I can send it in here. I'm going to send it to you again, man. I'd love for you to pop up because.
What do you think of that whole rigged poker ring in the NBA? Like the athletes.
So do you know where that mainly came from?
Yeah.
Here in Austin, Texas.
Oh, really?
This is where they got arrested in Georgetown.
Oh, man.
Georgetown
That's
is
crazy.
3 minutes up the street. This is what I'm trying to say. Dudes that went to jail over this, I've been playing with for well over a decade since I've been there. I've been there for almost decades.
So that was like it penetrated deep in the community, that rig scandal.
It changed everything.
How was it being rigged? There was like
they had card machines.
Were there weighted cards?
To shuffle the cards in a certain order. They also had glasses that actually see through the cards.
Glasses that can see through the cards.
Yes.
That's nuts.
Oh, they had all
Some
kinds of
James Bond shit.
They had all the sophisticated stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, they were investing heavily in rigging.
100%.
Wow.
100.
And do you reckon, like, obviously, if it happens at one scale, it's going to happen at other scales too? Do you reckon it's probably gone unchecked elsewhere?
Play house games.
Yeah, it's because it's going to go unchecked somewhere.
And it's so funny because, see, Money Chuck wants to talk his talk. When we first started talking about poker, that's all Money Chuck talked about was house games. These are the reasons I don't do house games. I grew up on real shit, Money Chuck. Real poker. Real establishments where if stuff like that happen, you see it on television. People go to jail for a long time. I don't play house games, bro. That
shows that even within a trusted circle, there can be a hanky or funny business.
They just shut down the biggest poker hall in Texas, the Lodge, which will be opening up. Shout out to Doug. I'm mad for you, bro, because they did take your $3-4 million and they're not gonna give it back.
What happened? Why take $3-4
From
million?
what I understand, the tobacco and there's a TABCC, something and I think it's in every state, everywhere. But long story short, one of the underage, meaning she was under 21, but a server, served someone alcohol.
Oh. And that created a huge fallout legally.
But they've been targeting this guy for a long time.
Looking for dirt to...
They've been targeting Doug forever. They don't like gambling and poker in Texas. Y'all know this. It's the Bible state. It is literally the Bible state. Literally. So that's how he got caught. This is all public information, by the way. I mean, this is live and real and today. This is not
in headlines
years ago. No, this is right now. I've been unfortunately having to travel an extra 8.5 miles or so with freaking toll fees to go play poker now. Shout out to Texas Card House, Research Boulevard. Like, bro, this stuff is Texas has the largest poker, even more so than Vegas. I'm telling you that right now. Probably in the world.
Wow.
Poker is big here, bro. It is. It is. People do what Money Chuck over there is saying, coming from far and wide to give it their shot. To live in Round Rock, right? Austin proper, all these areas right here, and try to play poker for a living.
I think it's pretty interesting how poker has deep roots in America, like cultural history going back like generations ago, and it's right there in the land. Like I was in South Dakota, and I remember going through the Black Hills National Park, and there was like an old town where gambling was legal, even though it's illegal in the state. It's legal in this one town because this town was a gambling town back historically hundreds of years ago. Like, it's kind of amazing.
Well, what they did here, I'll tell you what they did here. They just, like everybody and everything else, figured out the loophole. So the way that they play poker here, it's not legal. It's not
in
legal
Texas.
to play poker here. No.
So what's the loophole?
What they've done is they've allowed people to build clubs.
Oh, so it's operating within an ecosystem.
You pay a monthly fee as being part of the club.
Yeah.
And then you pay an hourly fee for playing poker. And that's the loophole.
The loophole.
And
Yeah.
it's not even just those now. They have slot machines and other stuff now that they've created a loophole for, because it's just a matter of time before the doors bust open and you'll see a full-fledged casino right downtown Austin on the water, Lady Bird Lake. Some developer's going to pay somebody $1 gazillion and it'll be over. It's just a matter of time. Yeah.
The whole gambling being legal in some states and like super illegal in other states is kind of a conundrum. Like Hawaii, gambling is super legal. Like there's no gambling in Hawaii, even though that's the place where everyone wants to gamble.
It's only, the peer pressure is only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. So, yeah, I don't know, man. It's crazy, man. I'll be honest. So that's the thing. People don't know. I helped start this shit out. And I don't mean that like, but no. What I'm saying is I was like, customer number 5. Like literally, and that's where I started in TCH. The Lodge, I didn't play at the Lodge when they opened because I felt like it would be cheating on my girl, right? You got your place, you play. I'm like, man, I can't start playing here because it's closer, it's more fit. I couldn't do it. But it finally broke me down because, for one, my daughter, that was the other thing. I was already going that direction because my daughter was in gymnastics there. So for periods of time, and for the people that don't know, gymnastics classes are usually at least 5 hours. I know. That's why I have an All-American. They're 5 hours. So I got to play poker for 5 hours a day. Every day I would drop her off, and it was right down the street. That's why I stuck with Texas Card House. They opened up the Lodge. I stayed at Texas Card House, and then I finally broke down after she graduated, and then I started going to the Lodge. And that's the only reason my number as far as a player is in triple digits. Otherwise, I would have customer number 5, like I do at TCH, and when that opened. So, yeah. That's the story. But yeah, that's why poker is legal in Texas. It's not really, and that's the other thing. It's not even just poker. You can play other games. And in fact, say you wanted to play spades with your friends for money. You can come to the house. They'll give you a dealer. pay $13 an hour, and you got a straight up professional game. So that's how the club works. That's how you can play poker in Texas, and that's how they can say, we're going to shut you down, take all your money, and not give it back. Right? They don't have to. And and all they're doing is waiting to find any loophole on their side, and that's what they found. The underage 18-year-old server serving somebody at a poker table alcohol. At least that's what I heard. This is all speculation, allegedly, right? Let me put those things out there. But that's how it works, man, in Texas, man. I was never ever worried or fearful that I would lose money. Even now, sitting on the $3-4 grand I just showed you, I'm not scared. You know what I mean? Like, eventually it'll open up and they'll honor it. Stuff like that. And that's what Doug said himself. Shout out to Doug, man. I feel bad for him, even though a lot of people don't, that's a whole nother conversation. But yeah, I feel bad. They did him dirty, man. They should have given him his money back, at least. But they didn't, so. Yep. There's a few channels now that I think about I should be starting, but I'm not starting them. We got to get back to football, pigs. We got to get back to football. New free agents. Who matters the most? Who matters the most to you? Kirk Cousins, Tyler Linderbaum, N'Kobe Dean, Quay Walker, Kwity Paye, Matt Gay, right? Spencer Buford, Jalen Naylor, right? Connor Hayward, Teron Johnson. Where do you? What's the biggest addition to you? Who matters the most? Uh-oh, I lost you. Yeah, we lost you, pigs. We can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Now we can hear you. Now we can. Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's in the settings. My headphones were dying, so anyhow, they're almost dead. But yeah. So the question about free agents?
Yes. Who matters the most, right? I mean, it's kind of right. Well, actually, no. It depends, but yeah, who do you think matters the most? Kirk Cousins, Tyler. Yeah.
I think to me, it's obviously Tyler Linderbaum because the most pressure is on him relative to the amount he's getting paid and what he's expected to do. I think the least pressure with the highest upside is our linebackers. I think if they ball out, like, people are going to be thrilled that we made those signings. Whereas Linderbaum, if he even has like an average season, there's going to be a lot of criticism.
I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. But I'll be honest, man, and a lot of people may say, I knew Turf was going to say this. He always been a fan. It's Kirk Cousins, bro. I think Kirk Cousins, without his number one wide receiver, having to deal with Jalen Naylor and company, because we still don't see any moves being made from that respect. I don't know if you saw, or maybe it was right. It's the internet, but I believe that Stephon Diggs is going to the Giants. Did you see that?
Oh, is he? No, I didn't hear that. But
that's what I saw. Allegedly, Turf don't want to be over here spewing bad stuff, but that's what I saw.
He's got a little left in the tank. He could probably do another year or two.
Yeah, that's what I saw. So, I mean, dude, giving Dart that guy, and then if Neighbors can come back all right, and bro,
they got a good fit.
They got a squad, and then Harbaugh been building up that defense.
Yeah, Harbaugh's in a good situation. They just have to stay healthy.
That team is looking good. But my thing is, I think who matters the most is Kirk Cousins. I believe he's the only reason we'll be capable of winning 6 games.
Yeah, I mean, he has to perform. Otherwise, it's we might as well be starting all rookies everywhere.
And
the whole win now is hinging on him.
And if they decide to yank him, it's only gonna get worse.
Yeah, if we're yanking him, it's full rebuild, get all the rookies out there. As long as Kirk Cousins is starting, we're kind of in a win now. Like, it's kind of that's the agenda. Is we have to win as long as he's starting.
Houston, you hit it. You hit it, Houston. Don't Cousins and Naylor have a chemistry a little? That's why I think they're not giving him a number one. I think that's their number one for him. I honestly believe that. What else can I think? I honestly believe that.
I mean, Naylor's getting paid quite a bit, so it's not like I wouldn't say he's a true 2 or 3 because he's getting paid like a little above a 2. So, but expectations.
And has he ever shown that he was a true number one?
No, never. He's showing flashes of being very solid, but we'll see as far as like leaning on him when clutch plays have to be made. If he
I don't trust it. I don't trust it. Look, Turf has always been a glass half full guy. Is not that way anymore. I don't trust it. No, I'm serious. I have to be honest.
Well, that's fair. Our receivers are definitely a weak point on the whole roster.
Terrible.
Receivers need to prove himself the most out of all the positions. Maybe outside of offensive line. It's those two.
Money Chuck, how can you say the link is not working? It is working. Bro, there's no other link to give you. It's the same link that Pigs is using. Do you still have that link somewhere? I mean, it's the same link, but I'd rather you post it so he can see it and try from there too.
I assume it's the same link.
It's the same link, yeah. I
have a much longer link. Do you want me to post it?
Yep, post it to him. If whatever gets him in the room, I'm looking at it.
It won't post because it's too long. The link I have.
Huh. And that's the one you used to get in?
Yeah. It's
Wow.
like a huge link. It's very long.
Interesting. Maybe they've introduced some new technology for Video Ninja that I'm not privy to. But I posted it twice, man. I don't know any other way to not post it. Or to post it, I should say. But
can I join this? Oh, no, I can join. Okay, never mind. So you can't join the short
that's
version.
what I'm saying. Yeah, shout out.
Yeah.
I gave you the right link, Money Chuck.
I tested it.
Yeah, he just joined. I just sat here and watched it. So I don't know why you can't get in.
It does work.
I don't think you want to get in, to be honest, because you've been working for a minute, bro. And I done sent you the link a few times. I ain't talking about just today. I've sent you the link on multiple different occasions, man. Shoot, I'll have a show with you tomorrow. Call in, whatever. Shoot, I'll call. You can call my phone. I ain't gonna put that out there. I ain't got time for that. But I will give you my phone number in the DM. DM me on Instagram. I will give you my phone. I'll put you right here, just like
I think a Money Chuck debate with Protect the Shield podcast.
Oh, it would be monstrous.
Severe versus Money Chuck.
It would be monstrous. He done defriended us a bazillion times. Though. I love it. I don't know. Money Chuck, I love you, bro. I'm not even joking. When you show up, I light up, dude. I light up like a Christmas tree. I'm like, Money Chuck is in the building. You are literally a new term for me. You literally, I don't know if I'm telling you, ask any of my boys from TRS. I send them several pictures saying, getting my Money Chuck on. Getting my Money Chuck on. That's what I call it. Money Chuck. Getting my Money Chuck on. I swear to God. And then I post them pictures of my winnings, which is usually close to $1,000. Yeah. And don't get it twisted, because they know when I lose, too. They know when I lose. They hear me bitching and complaining and whining and crying. They hear it. I gotta make my coffee this week. Can't go to the gas station and get my coffee. Yeah, I can't go to the gas station and get my coffee and my rolled tacos and stuff. I can't do it. I lost. You know what I'm saying? It ebbs and flows, bro. Nobody wins. And that's the thing. Nobody wins all the time. Nobody. And anyone telling you that?
Well, the exception is if there's cheating and rigging, which seems to be pretty prevalent these days.
Exactly. So if that's what you're doing, Money Chuck, good for you, bro. Because I don't know what else to tell you. I lived it, bro. You're not going to sit here and lie to me. I know people that have done it. I know people that have actually really, really done it too. With the family, with children, grinding, not being able to go to stuff and do stuff. I've seen it all. I've seen it all. I've seen it all, bro. I'm only 3 years younger than you. At 50, you should have seen it all at this point, in my opinion.
I think that the highlight of Money Chuck's comments thus far is that he claims Jency is a bell cow, not an NFL.
Exactly, and that's what I'm trying to say. All of this stuff that this dude be saying, man, it just leads me to know. You're talking about Money Chuck is a D1 football player that was a linebacker, from what he told me, from what we told us. And he played in the Mountain West, from what I remember. Which is why he defends it. He was, whack. It might have been the whack because he's older than me. So I don't know. It was the whack, I think, at that point. I'm not sure. All I'm saying is, bro, the stuff you say.
Jency is not a bell cow until he proves it.
I don't understand it. Why would you? Bro, the fact they drafted a running back in the 4th round tells you he's not a bell cow. The fact they picked up another free agent running back tells you he's not. What are you? I don't know. Go look at when Marcus Allen was drafted. And go tell me the running backs they drafted year after year after year with Marcus Allen.
I can't even think the last bell cow the Raiders had. Obviously, it would be Jacobs, but...
It would be Jacobs.
Yeah, but with a bell cow, I think a bell cow needs to stay healthy, and that was one of the only flaws in Jacobs' game.
His biggest issue, which is why they didn't pay him the money. Bro,
yeah, bell cow's a hard one to come by. If Jacobs can't be a bell cow, then Jency can't be.
Dude, he's freaking 205 pounds, 5'8". And he's already tapped out. And y'all know what I mean by that. There's no putting no more weight and size and strength on that. There is no more of that.
I really like Hemby's frame and size.
He's going to look like a fat Maurice Jones-Drew if he puts any more weight on. I don't care if he's muscle and he only 2% body. He's going to look like a little fat Maurice Jones-Drew.
Yeah, that was a real thing.
A very real thing. And he ain't Maurice Jones-Drew, y'all. I'm just telling you right now. If y'all think that he's going to mount to be a Maurice Jones-Drew, good luck.
Oh, did you see Maurice Jones-Drew was on Steve Smith's podcast the other day?
Shout out to Pigs.
That was a good one.
You, my guy, for sending me that, bro. Anything you send me, by the way, whether you know or not, or I don't, you know where
you checked it out.
Everything you send me, I look at.
That was a good one. I think Maurice Jones-Drew and Steve Smith have a good synergy going on. They should do more podcasts.
I agree. And I love Steve Smith. He's another one that I rock with.
He's got some fiery takes. Yeah.
He's got them takes, bro. He's got them takes. Bo show. I love it. I absolutely love it. Yeah. Let me see what we got. Houston. I'm gambling. I heard if you win 50% of the time, you're doing good. In gambling, yes. Yeah, that's past doing good in any gambling, to be honest. But the truth is, this is the thing, like I said. The truth about poker, in my opinion, is really not gambling. I already just told you. If you're going to put your money and invest in the stock market, I don't see why you wouldn't invest in cards when you really know how to do it. It's no different, right? Everybody can invest in the stock market, but that don't mean you're going to make money unless you know what you're doing. It's no different than cards. You know what I mean? And the truth is, aces can. And that's the thing. Nobody can force you to play. Bro, you can win dollar by dollar. You know what I mean? There's no other way to explain it. All I can tell you is it's no different, in my opinion. You put your money on the stuff that makes money. Aces, kings, queens, it's cards together, 5, 6, 7, 8, suited. Those are the cards that make you money. Those are the cards you play. And let the chips fall where they may. Over time, if you play disciplined, full discipline, You win. It's not me. I didn't make the rules up. Don't get mad at Doug for telling you the truth.
No, I mean, it's the same in football. If you go back to the basics, your fundamentals, tried, tested, proven, true things, and you stick to them, then you're going to have success eventually.
You're going to have success.
Yeah.
It's no different. It's no different. But gambling is different. Playing blackjack, craps, right? That's very different. That's not. So again, let me make sure people understand poker, because that's the other part. You got all these, right? And for all I know, Money Chuck might be talking about this kind of poker, which would be even more hilarious. But there's actually a table game that is Hold'em, Texas Hold'em. You're playing still against the house. You're still playing against the casino. The poker Money Chuck and I are talking about, you're playing against players. People. Yeah. You're not taking the casino's money. And in fact, the casino is just facilitating. That's what they call a rake. So the rake for the places here is the $13 an hour, and then the monthly club fees, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Rake at the casino is every single pot they take 5% or up to 5% of the pot. Every game.
The house always wins.
As
long as you're playing, it's winning.
And that's why you see dealers. Dealers at the poker table, they be flowing. Why? Because the more heads they deal, the
speed
more
is money. Yeah. That makes sense. I mean, it's a good business model.
It's the best business model. Is no. All you paying for is the tables, the poker the poker dealers, and the cards.
Yeah.
That's it.
Pretty straightforward.
It's straightforward. There's very little overhead. That's why I've always wanted to run a poker hall. But I also absolutely love poker. Like I do football.
Fair enough.
I could have a poker channel.
That's what I was about to say when my mic was cut off because my headphones died. I was saying that it would be really cool if there was like a Raiders resort in like Central or South America that was also like facilitating gambling and such. Like, that'd be pretty nice synergy.
I wish the M had poker. Shout out to the M, right? The Raiders official spot. Let me run a poker hall at the M. You'd make money.
Synergy.
I promise you'd make money. I know how to run a poker hall. I have experience. Straight up, real life experience. Like, and you're in the casino, so I already know how to make it pop. Right?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Drinks already. Yeah, but
I think it should be brought to you by Woodson Whiskey.
There you go. You already put it together, dude. You already see where I would go with it, Pigs. That's why we're a great team, bro.
Synergy there.
Yes, Money Chuck. Yes, Money Chuck. I can send you the link via Instagram. The Ultimate Raider Fan 32. DM me. I'll send you the link. DM me. Yeah, and the truth is, Money Chuck, I did plan on going long because Pigs and I missed last week. But typically, usually I go to the poker house as soon as I'm done with my shows, bro. It's only 15 minutes up the street. That's typically what I usually do. Because like I said, I like to play at least 3 times a week. But it's been tough to traveling. But yeah, anywho, I digress. I still want to get through everything. I hope you're okay.
Yeah, I got good.
Pigs? Pigs is good.
One of my headphones are working.
I know, one of them. Yeah, we'll keep going until Pigs can't, or he wants to quit because it's been a long day for him too. So, who's the most underrated of our new people?
Signings?
Yeah, who do you think is literally the underrated guy? Like, he's absolutely right.
I mean, the underrated as far as could have the biggest impact but not getting the most coverage, it's got to be Naylor.
Yeah.
Like, if he steps up and is balling out, that could be massive for making a difference to our roster and our team.
I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. The only other person I would give from that perspective, and it's going to be funny, is the guy that we can't sign. Teron Johnson. I think if you remove Stoops from where I guess they were expecting to play him at safety and have to put him in that position, I don't know how well that's going to work out, right? You still have Palomar, but I don't think they like him.
Yeah, it's tough. I think Stukes would probably be all right in that role, but it's definitely not ideal, especially if he gets burned a few times. That could be hard to come back from. Like, it'd be nicer if you could ease him into the position over a course of a year versus just right from the jump, but kind of is what it is if he has to. Maybe they make adjustments on play calling or something to offset it. More help.
Yep. Nope, I agree.
And then another underrated addition, like if we include the draft, I think would obviously be Hemby. I think he would be a guy that would make a major impact potentially. And
he's going to be the number one most underrated player. And in fact, you heard it from Turf first. He might be the best running back in the room.
Yeah, I think there's an argument to be made there.
He might be the best running back in the room.
He certainly has the maturity.
He had the counterpart in Indiana, where it was impossible for him to shine. He has no wear and tear. He's ready to rock and roll. He's going to be stronger, faster. I don't know. I said it before. I'll say it again, and I'll say it out loud and proud. Man, Janty might be the third best running back in that running back room. And it has nothing to do with his talent. It just has to do with what they've brought to the table and how the scheme works. Because I'm telling you right now, Ashton Janty cannot hit a hole like Washington and go for 80. He just can't. And the other thing is, I don't know if he can be a bell cow as Money Chuck that and actually withstand and hold up for the whole season. I think Hemby might. Hemby's not a small dude.
No, he's like almost 6 foot. Yeah, he's 6 foot.
Yes, he ain't five. He ain't no 5'8". No, he's 6 foot. And I guarantee you, he'd be a good 215. A good 215, 220 when the season starts. Easy work.
Mm-hmm.
You put Janty at 215, watch that 4.48 go to a 5.5. And then you're going to be wondering why not much going on after. You know what I'm saying? I have no idea. Yep.
Who do you think Roman Hemby comps to? Like his NFL comps?
That's a great question. That's a great question. And you know what? Man. That's a great question.
I can think of one guy, but I wonder if it's J.K. Dobbins.
Dobbins,
he's not a burner.
No.
J.K. Dobbins is similar weight. He's just a little shorter. He's 5'10", 212.
212, yeah. No, Dobbins.
And Hemby's 6 foot 208.
Right. He's a little more leaner and. Dobbins. I'm trying to think of somebody. Huh.
AI is saying Tank Bigsby, Chris Evans, Rico Dowdle.
Bigsby, I can see. I like Bigsby. Tank Evans, I don't know, but Bigsby, yes. I can see that being a good cut. I definitely could see that being a good cut.
Oh. Yeah, he's still playing, right?
Yeah.
Bigsby?
Yes. At least to my knowledge.
Yeah, he's on the Eagles, it seems. He was on Jacksonville, right?
Houston from LA, I ain't gonna lie. I would be wrong if Janty ends up being third best back because I wanted him 6th pick. Wow, Houston. So, Houston, let me make sure you understand before I tell you this. And don't hate me because I think you liked me before, but you're probably going to hate me after this. I'm a running back. Been a running back my whole life. Sure, I played a bunch of other positions in high school, but my main position was running back. Always played running back. Got a scholarship for running back. I'm a running back. It's in my family running back. I can go up and down the line. And what I'm telling you, no running back was worth drafting 6 for the Las Vegas Raiders last year when they drafted him, because we don't have an offensive line, let alone quarterback, wide receiver, defensive tackle, safeties, corners. We didn't have linebackers. Like, the list goes on and on and on and on. We ain't had none of that. And if you drafting a running back at 6, that dude better be a star. He better be an absolute number 1. He better never come out. He better be a cowbell, as Pig said, and I mean a real cowbell. And that is not what we have. It's just not. We have a running back that got the 7th most carries in the league and averaged 3.6 yards. That's what we got, dog. And before you think about wanting to tell me about how awful the line is, I just want to ask you a question. You name me another running back that was drafted 6 or above that needed a line to show that he was special. Just name one. Yep. Name one. You can't. There's not a running back alive that was drafted 6 or above that wasn't worth their weight in salt. For the most part, right? You're always going to find some anomalies, right? One out of the bunch. But I'm telling you, it's far more frequent. And that's the harsh reality. Because guess what? What are we talking about, Houston? We need a left tackle. We need guards with an S. We still probably need a right tackle. But you go at number 6, where you know for a fact you can pick a solid 10-year starter. Like all the other teams did. The Patriots, who they picked the kid from LSU. There are so many examples of teams at that level picking the right person, whether it was what you liked or not, and it's never going to be a sexy pick. It's never going to be a sexy pick shoring up your offensive and defensive line. But it's a harsh reality that has to happen. Would you have rather had Jalen Carter or Tyree? Because you got Tyree and watch Jalen Carter get drafted like 5 more spots faster. You know what I'm saying? You were absolutely desperate, bro. 100% desperate. I don't condone the Cardinals picking Love at 3 as a running back. But guess what? At least he's a cowbell. At least you know he's not coming off the field ever. He's never coming off the field.
You don't think Love will have injury issues in the NFL?
No.
He'll stay healthy?
Absolutely. Absolutely. They will find every way till Sunday to keep him healthy. Yep. Yep. Yeah.
One of the more recent running backs.
Seems the wildness, man. Trust me, I ain't gonna lie. It's already out there in the East. I can't even take it back. And in fact, that's the first time I met Chris, aka Protect the Shield podcast, and we had a draft party. And that's the Jalen Carter draft party where I couldn't hide my disgust. I could not hide it. I was sick as a dog.
The Tyree Wilson selection?
Sick as a dog. Sick as a
I think that probably messed with most people. Like, I don't think anyone really saw that coming.
No one understood it. And I'm here in Texas. Texas,
where he played, right? Yeah.
It didn't make any sense.
People in Texas were confused?
Everybody was confused.
Damn.
Nobody understood that shit. I'll never forget it. Hey, Money Chuck. All right, I'm going to try to find you. Money Chuck 8173. This is my last ditch effort because I actually like it. I think he thinks I hate him or so. I actually enjoy Money Chuck. I always have. This is my last ditch effort, though. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I am going to try to find you here.
A running back who had a good O-line that failed as a top pick was Trent Richardson.
Trent Richardson is garbage.
Yeah, he was drafted to Cleveland. Cleveland had a great O-line.
What's his number?
They had Pro Bowlers all over the line, and they still failed.
What is his stature? Height,
Oh,
weight?
Trent Richardson?
Yeah, height, weight.
I'll check.
Look. I'm about
Oh, 5'11", 220.
Yeah, and how he's actually a big guy compared to
He might actually be 5'9", though. There seems to be some discrepancies.
And to be honest, I was expecting you to give me a little bit more of a similarity to the guy we have. You know, I thought he was like 5'9".
He might be 5'9". I'll do the combine.
Right, because you know that's a lot. Money Chuck, I can't even find you on Instagram.
Oh, he measured 5'9" at the combine.
That makes sense.
5'9", 220, yeah. That's pretty similar to Jetty.
Very. I can't find you, bro. Look, man. I mean, I've done everything I can. I don't know what else to do. I mean, I'm the Ultimate Raider Fan 32. If you send me a direct, I tried to look.
I confirmed the link works. I clicked it.
That's why I don't know what Money Chuck is doing. I think Money Chuck is
He's bluffing. He's bluffing.
I don't know what
he's pulling a poker move.
I'm about to show him right now. I don't even see you. I don't even see you. I can't find you. I see a Money Chuck. Just a straight Money Chuck. Wait. I got a Money Chuck 71 with Donald Trump.
Donald Trump.
Dude, this is what I'm talking about. These people, and this is why, see, ladies and gentlemen, this is why we don't deal with this kind of stuff. I'm going to show y'all right now. No, I'm about to show it, because Money Chuck be whooping, man. Money Chuck. Money Chuck. This is what I got, bro. Money Chuck, 71, Instagram, view profile. Hey, it's me. Send the link. Now you got a different name. I don't know who you are, dude. And that's it. All right. He said that's it. Y'all see me. I'm accepting it. Said that's it. Right? So I'm going to send the link one last time. Y'all see. Oh, you can't see this, bro. I'm sending them the link again. Sending it to you. I'm going to show it tonight. Yeah, sending it to you. There you go.
Who do you think wins our special teams duties? Like kick return, punt return?
Hemby.
Hemby?
100%.
I could see him for sure on kick return. I wonder about punt return. Maybe that Oregon wide receiver.
Yeah, I think Trey Tucker is going to continue to take that job.
Or Trey Tucker, yeah.
Yeah, Trey Tucker will continue to take that job.
But Hemby for sure on kick return. I think that's a lot more physically demanding these days.
Right.
Kick return.
Yep. No, I agree. Totally agree.
Do you think the only way Cousins loses his job is if he gets hurt?
No.
If he's playing bad just in general?
Or the offensive line, right? Gets him killed. That's a very potential fair situation to happen. It's very.
So if he's getting hit a lot, they would put in Mendoza? Wouldn't that be putting Mendoza in a bad spot?
I don't know how they go about it. You got to get on camera, Money Chuck. I see you, and you got to get on camera, though. Where'd you go? Come on back, Money Chuck. Get your camera on. But yeah, I see Hemby as the kick returner. He's going to kick your boy Lauby out, and then I think Trey takes over the punt return. Or they find someone else that can handle that part. That's a wide receiver, but it definitely won't. I don't see running backs. Being punt returners.
Yeah, there's a lot involved in tracking the ball on punts.
It's very.
It can be tricky for running backs.
Very different situation. Yeah. And hey, your boy, I did both in junior college. I did kick returns in college, not punt returns, kiki, and I didn't even do them like formally. Like it was part of it, kiki or right. When you got a dude that runs a 4.340, dude, you're not doing any kind of returns. Kenyatta Morgan ran a 4.340, a legit 4.3340, and he did all of that. But clearly, I was on punt team, return, all that stuff. I just never was in the game for it. If you will. Only for a running back. So yeah, Houston says, "Hey, I say Mendoza plays. Hardman is a better. Put him in. I can't do that. I can't put him in like that."
Can you hear me?
We got Money Chuck in the building.
Man, I can barely hear you guys. I gotta turn up this TV. Hang tight.
We don't see you though, man.
Can hear you pretty clear.
Yeah, we can hear fine. Just don't see you.
Yeah, if Mendoza's playing clearly better, then it would be super disappointing if they stick with Kirk, despite Mendoza playing well.
Yeah, it wouldn't make sense.
Man, I can't hear you guys over my phone.
You don't have any headphones?
I'm gonna rant for a second, and then you guys can reply, okay? Fair enough?
You said what? You're gonna do what?
So, Turf, hear me for a second. You were talking about poker. So, I played this game. I played this game for a long time. I'm an Italian boy from New York. I grew up around this.
Money Chuck, nobody can hear you right now. We're looking at your leg, dude. We're looking at your leg.
Oh, on your camera.
This is not good for the viewers. Why don't you want to put your face on? Money Chuck, are you still talking? We don't want to look at your knee, Money Chuck. Money Chuck, you got to put yourself on camera. This is embarrassing, Money Chuck.
Well, what's he have to say? I can't hear anything.
Because I don't know.
You might be acute at reading people. I would rather do the math, and that's how I play poker. And don't tell me, and don't poo-poo that I make 6 figures a year profiting in poker. You know damn well, if you've been around this game long enough, that there's not too many people that do that. So you can say what you want. I've been around this game for a long time. I don't doubt you, but don't doubt me. You have a good night, my friend.
Money Chuck, I would actually disagree with you that I know people that make 6 figures playing poker. I would actually disagree with you on that. I don't think you understand my background in poker, bro. I don't think you understand it. He left.
Well, what is it that's the limiting factor in making your main income purely on poker? Is it that it's just too inconsistent?
Yes, and you have to be able to take the beats. Remember, like I just told you, how aces are the thing.
Yeah.
Guess what? Even Google loses money. Even Google dips. Even Google has a 5% decrease.
Mm-hmm.
They're called shorts, right? People short companies all the time, expecting them to go down, not up.
So you have to weather the lows.
You have to weather the storm.
But Money Chuck was saying his approach to poker is purely math-based. So
Exactly, which is nothing wrong with that. I would agree with him. I don't know why he thinks my shit ain't math-based. That's why it's hilarious to me. That's the whole purpose of it. You have to know when to fold regardless. I don't care you have aces and you put in $100 and the flop comes 3, 5, 7.
Yeah.
You have to fold. The math tells you to fold. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like in certain And that's just the very basic. But that's
That's fundamentals.
It's a basic fundamental deal. If it's a straight out there and somebody puts you all in and you don't have it, you have to fold if you do it for a living. There is no, I'm taking a chance today and then that equals out long term. It doesn't work. You don't get a gut feeling last week, but now your gut feeling's not working next week. And then the month after that, it don't work that way. That's my whole point. And no matter how you look at it, you are going to take beatings. That's my point. You're going to take a beating.
That's fair. I guess the counterpoint is if you play enough as far as just sheer volume, then you can weather those beatings. The beatings will become less and less impactful on the overall performance.
Bro, see, and this is what I'm trying to say. So this is the funny part for me with Money Chuck, because that's the beauty of it. Money Chuck, I learned that in order to play for a living, you have to play a certain way. I don't like that. I don't play because I'm supporting my kids. My job does that. I play to have fun and enjoy the game because I absolutely adore it. I adore it. Adore it. And that's the difference, my guy. That's the huge difference you're missing here. I made that choice for a good reason, not because I couldn't stick it out, I couldn't weather the storm, no, it just didn't make sense.
What does this mean? He's saying he conserves his chip. Is that like a philosophy?
He's saying all he does is play premium hands, and I get that. I don't only play premium hands. That's my whole point. I don't like playing that way. But when you play for a living, you don't have a choice but to do specific things when it happens.
Yeah, it's like you're basically if you're playing for career kind of aspirations, you're almost playing like an algorithm. You stick to certain numbers-oriented outcomes.
If I play like the way I play, I might call 6'4" offsuit just to piss you off. You can't do that, Money Chuck. Oh my God.
Yeah, different philosophies for sure. Like, coming at it from different angles.
And I've played them all. That was part of the whole 2 years of me being a professional poker player.
Seeing all the different archetypes.
Oh, pigs. I saw it all, bro. I played every way you could imagine. That's my whole point to him. That's exactly my whole point to him. All of these things are different. The way I like to play Money Chuck is that I don't have to count on it to eat. And guess what? It flows a whole lot better for me. Maybe you do differently in those circumstances, but I can also tell you I make well over $100,000 a year in my day job. Well over $200,000 a year in my day job.
I guess that allows you to play the way you play.
Yeah, and I know poker players that make that kind of money. A lot of them. A lot of them. They travel all over the world, not just the country. I know a lot of dealers that make this stuff. So, I mean, Money Chuck, I play at real establishments, man. I don't think you understand the stuff you be spewing, man, because I don't even know if you remember pretty much all you play is house games. From the previous times we had these conversations, all you talk about is house games. I don't do house games, bro.
I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with the house game. It's just hard to evaluate the legitimacy of it.
I think there's a lot wrong with a house game.
Yeah, it's hard to evaluate.
Like,
in theory, it's fine, but
you have no idea who the dealer is and if they're doing right. I damn sure hate when they pass the dealer. You have no idea what these guys are capable of.
Yeah, there's definitely risk, high risk. But that's just like the game itself of poker. It's kind of, you're gambling. I guess playing at a house, you're gambling as well.
Just know and made that a professional place got caught doing this, right? That's the whole big thing. That's my point. And
even the creme de la creme gets exposed.
And that's my point, bro. And that's why I don't play. That's why I do not play house games. Period. And the other part is because people get shot. Like, bro, do I have to go down the line of how dangerous money games are? And then
Money Chuck's played in Asia.
Yeah, I'm sure you have. Those are the most gamblers people on the planet.
Is that like Macau?
And everywhere. I've gambled in several different places as well. Australia, in Lima, right? Mexico. I've gambled in all kinds of places too, bro. I have poker. Man, hold on.
It's Macau's where people gamble, right? In Asia?
Yeah.
Macau?
Yeah.
That's a big gambling place in China.
Give him a second. I'll be right back.
Yeah, Macau in China. That's the gambling capital of Asia. Somewhat connected to Las Vegas. No, never Macau. Okay. The Las Vegas of China. It's kind of interesting how certain regions become just notable for gambling. I was mentioning earlier to Turf that in the Black Hills in South Dakota, there's a town where the entire town is dedicated to gambling, despite the state itself gambling being illegal. It's quite curious how you can have that outcome. See, I have a sunburn right now. I was at the golfing range. Show off my Raiders style golf club. It needs better light. Isn't it beautiful? And Raiders style golf club bag, as you can see, silver and black. My golf clubs, yeah. I've got pretty nice clubs. Oh. See, Titleist Volkley. My sandwich. And these are my irons. Good times. Nice thing about golf and really any sport is that you just get into the zone and everything else disappears and it's just you, present in the moment, doing the thing you love. And nothing else matters for that time. It's very peaceful, relaxing, and replenishing. Puts energy back in your sails. I noticed, Money Chuck, you had a dog. It looked like a nice dog. I myself have a dog. I've got 2 Yorkshire Terriers.
Turf is back. I had to go to the bathroom.
You're back.
I had to go to the bathroom.
Okay. Bathroom break.
I also wanted to grab. See
What's
that,
it?
Money Chuck?
You got a chip.
Get it in focus. This is Mandalay Bay chip. First place. I don't know how many tables. This is just one of plenty, bro. It's just one of... I played tournament play. I played money. I played every avenue you can play. Every avenue. Literally, every avenue. That's just one chip. I have plenty of these, not just the Mandalay Bay. Yeah, I have a place in Vegas, but I don't live in Vegas. I live in Texas. I'm just telling you. So this is the other last thing I'm going to say about this. I have over 300 poker chips. each one of them unique to the poker place that I've played. My main goal is to build a poker table out of all the poker chips I can collect across the world that I've played.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I have well over 300.
So these chips, you decided not to like cash in. You just took them as a token of
anybody
memory.
that buys my table or it earns my table at the end, it'll literally be worth.
Oh, you can still cash those in.
Bingo.
That's hilarious. Oh.
That's exactly my plan.
Nice.
That's my plan. I don't not believe you, Money Chuck. It's just you gotta understand, as a person that really understands this world, it'd be no different than somebody coming in here talking about they were an NFL player, right? And all the stuff they're doing, like, and a person that knows about the NFL, and they're like, bro, I don't even understand why. Like, that's how you sound to me, Money Chuck.
Yeah, but it's Money Chuck is being on brand. This is very natural for Money Chuck.
Exactly.
It's just who the Money Chuck is.
I don't understand. I can't relate to that side. What I relate to is real. I got receipts, Money Chuck. I can call people right now, Money Chuck. We just saw your leg. That's all we saw right now. You didn't put your face up there, like.
No, yeah, I saw his dog. He had his dog in there.
Yeah, that's it. A dog and a leg. I'm out in the open. I go to all these poker spots, bro. When I go to the game, well, I don't go to the dumpster fire called SoFi anymore. But when I do, guess where I go play poker? You know how many times I got kicked out of there for people being bad and me having to be the guy to kick them out and then get kicked out in the process? Dude, I have so many stories about poker everywhere.
What about SoFi kicking people out?
Oh, so there was this rude-ass poker player. And after the game, we lost. So you already know I was so livid. And the way that it works, when you're walking back from SoFi, if you get a spot close to the stadium, you have to walk right past the casino.
Okay.
So that was always my plan, get a hotel right down the street from the casino. So after the game, I just go play poker and wait for the whole crowd to leave.
Okay, fair enough.
I go home. And yup, sure enough, some dude wanted to be an asshole, wanting to play wild, this, that, and the third, try to run over the table thinking he was going to be this big bad, talk to anybody any kind of way. And I was like, oh, no, sir. No, sir. I will go to the bank account, and I will act the fool right along with you and talk just as tough and everything else because I got nothing else to do.
Wait, what does that mean, run over the table? Like, just pull
Just
power, a lot of power
raise all the time, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
just bully people, like.
Strong-arming everyone.
Exactly, because you quote-unquote got 5,000 on the table like Money Chuck. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't understand this talk, bro. I don't understand this talk because no one talks like this in the poker world. Who cares about $5,000? That's no money to a poker player. I don't know. And look, I didn't know that you have that, and I
Muhammad Ali had Parkinson's
Yes,
too.
he
It's not
did.
like it's
Hey,
not like it's unknown.
I didn't know. I don't know, right? I don't know you. I don't know. But, dude, this is why people come on camera. And you noticed I didn't publish this and put it out there either. Yeah, I'm not going to do that to you, bro. I have no desire to do it. Again, I don't think Money Chuck thinks that I like him. And I do, bro. I've always liked you, Money Chuck. And the funniest thing, too, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to keep it real with you. I thought Money Chuck was black.
calling you Unk.
Yeah, this whole time, and that doesn't make any difference. I mean, that clearly makes no difference. But I enjoy when he comes on the shows, my show, any of our shows, because
he stands on his opinions. He definitely doesn't change his
interesting.
stance.
I love it, exactly. So I hope you don't think I'm being mean or no. I love the banter, Money Chuck, and I think other people do too. Right? I think everybody else got entertained by this.
I can say for sure the Protect the Shield podcast gets pretty cheery when they're able to lay into Money Chuck.
Bro, we love it, bro. And that's what I'm trying to say. And it's not in a disrespectful way. None of that type of stuff. We actually like you, bro. I don't. You could take that for what it's worth, Money Truck. And you're right, I have no hard feelings, brother. Never have, never will. Right? Just like if I lose a hand, I have no business losing. You know how people get, Money Truck. They storming, yelling, cursing people out. How do you play that shit? Money Truck, you'll never see that out of me, bro. I've been playing too long, bro. You'll never see nothing like that out of me. I can have aces and you can have 2-3 offsuit and beat me with a straight with my set, and I'm gonna walk off. Good job.
Did you hit the casino when you were at the New England game?
Of course.
Because they have casinos out there. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I remember you mentioned it.
So check this story out. This stuff you can't make up, guys. So clearly I grew up in the East Coast, Windsor. Long story short, I decide last minute, I don't have a place to stay, nothing. I'm just winging. And I'm like, you know what? After the game, I'm going to go to this casino. I have no idea. I have no idea about this casino. I don't know nothing. I know I need a poker chip because I just told you I collect poker chips. So I'm like, absolutely, I'm going. Dude, I sit down, and then I hear this voice next to me. And I'm like, that shit is weird. And then, long story short, it's one of my best friends growing up, son, who I knew, right, seeing through Facebook and all that, but never met in person, but he sounds just like his dad. When I tell y'all that, I don't think y'all, he literally sounds like his dad, and it's impossible to mistake. And I literally just looked at him, and I recognized it, and I just grabbed him and hugged him. I was a sick, crazy, I don't have no idea who this man is. I started telling him stuff little by little. And he like, man, I could tell he was looking at me like, I'm ready to fight you. But at the end of it, you know, it was all love. And he's, oh my God, I'm so happy. You know, because I started telling him about his whole family stuff. He like, how the hell does this?
Who is this?
Yeah, you know, my mom and my dad so intimate. Yes, I grew up with him since 6 years old. But that was the story I got from that game. Yeah, I ran into my dog's son for the first time, even though I'd known him for 15, 20 years, just watching him through Facebook, even though I hadn't got to formally meet him. So
well, that's a pretty wholesome story for a casino. Like,
bro, and how does that happen? Like, of all places I could have gone, I run into him. Like, it's one of those weird things. But yeah, Money Chuck, Foxwoods, we called it the office. I played at Foxwoods Casino for 2.5 years straight. Straight, no job, no nothing. That's how I paid my bills. Wifey's downstairs listening while she's asleep. But yeah, I'm just telling, bro, I got receipts for all the stuff I've done as far as poker. No one's questioning me in poker, I can assure you that. My last semester in college, bro, I didn't pay a dime. I just told my roommate I'm gonna just leave all my stuff. That dude, he was more than happy to take 6 months of what I had accumulated from poker. More than happy. We talked, man, I had 2 55-gallon fish tanks. I don't know how many large TVs, bro, king-size beds, like stuff you're not supposed to have in college. Because what I did when I won money is I'd go spend it so I couldn't give it back. So I go hit a lick. I got people that have receipts, bro. I hit a lick, go buy a TV. Hit a lick, go buy a fish tank. Hit a lick, go buy a bed. Hit a lick, go buy. Couldn't give it back. That's how Turf went through college.
Well.
Man, this turned into the wrong thing. It's 11 o'clock and we still didn't get through all of my stuff. It's 12.
What else do you have on the list?
Oh, man. We didn't even get to the running backs. You know, Washington, we didn't get to the undrafted.
Oh, we definitely talked about running backs a lot, just maybe not officially.
Right.
Kind of
right.
Here and there, we touched on running backs inevitably.
So let's do these last pieces. How about the biggest camp battle?
Camp battle? Ooh.
Yeah, like who's actually literally on the hot seat for their position?
I want to say the camp battle that I'm most interested in, like how it turns out, is DBs. I want to see like how the depth chart shakes out for DBs, safeties, and cornerbacks.
Have a good night, Money Chuck. For real, man, we appreciate
you. Oh
yeah.
Yeah,
and like I said, I did not know you had those, so I understand you don't want to be on camera and stuff now, that you say what you say. So I get it. Apologies, you know what I mean? And that's fine. Now that I've heard your voice too, hey, you are more than welcome to come back up and talk, and I don't need to see you on camera.
Yeah, you can just put your dog on camera.
Yeah, right, exactly. And just
put
talk.
glasses on your dog.
Exactly, dude. But yeah, you definitely, that link don't change either. Everybody else now knows I probably have to end up changing it now. But yeah, that link won't change, bro. You more than welcome to pop up whenever you join, Money Chuck. Whenever you join, man. So
yeah, just bring authentic takes and you stand on business with it.
Shout out to Money Chuck. Have a good night. But yeah, biggest camp battle. People not gonna like what I have to say.
You're gonna say running back, aren't you?
I think Mr. Mike has a chance to be the premier back. I know it sounds crazy, but all 4-3-3 versus 4-4-8 is a big difference. Big. Now you good, Money Chuck. You good, bro. I promise you, man. You conducted yourself fine, man. No worries. I won't even put that on the screen. We appreciate you, bro. We really do.
I agree. I do think Washington, if he's as explosive as his potential can be, and the coaches are able to utilize him the right way, then it'll be hard to keep him off the field.
Get more touches. He's a better route runner. He's a better route catcher. And he's faster. I think that's going to be the biggest camp battle that no one wants to talk about. And
yeah,
the real problem is they won't ever give Washington his just due because they can't. He wasn't drafted at number 6. No, I'm telling you what.
But home run plays are home run plays. Like if he's hitting 40-yard touchdowns,
he's going to have to hit him out the gate. Otherwise, guess what? Big brother up
default to Jansen.
It's no different than when we had to play number 15. And it ain't the number 15 we got. And I don't think there was a single soul that felt like Minshew beat AOC.
No, it didn't look like that on camera, that's for sure.
Person, but money talks.
Yeah.
So I think that's what you're going to see with Jansen. Money talks, bro. They're going to get the money out of him this year. They already ran him into the ground last year for nothing, right? Number seven most carries in the NFL for nothing. He's going to do the same thing again this year, probably, right? I'm assuming. And then
despite him getting a lot of carries, it didn't feel like we were really overusing him, though. Like, a lot of games, he was just barely being used. Like,
right. Well, 7th most carries in the league and 3.6 yards of average.
Yeah.
No
it is what it is.
It is what it is. And it's hard for people to swallow. Trust me, it's hard for him to swallow. I guarantee you, he's sick. He's sick. 3.6? Bro, that's that. Again, I don't care what level. The running back standard is 4 yards a carry. Pop Warner, middle school, high school, college, pro. You better be producing 4 yards a touch. Minimum. Some would say 5.
Do you see that happening this year for Jansen?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Would that be an indictment on our O-line not improving?
Nope. I mean, name the other special backs that had that problem. You're not going to find it. That's why I always bring that up. Name me a running back that mattered and they ever talked about his line. Never. Bro, I'm going to keep it real. I hope my guys don't hate me for this. Shout out to Samuel Mason. I'm just telling y'all, I never had a single lineman get a scholarship. And please, somebody call me out and tell me if I'm wrong. I don't think I had one single lineman get a scholarship from junior college. Not a single one. Not a single one.
So, in a sense, you're saying that you were faced with more adversity than
I was getting hit.
Perhaps other teams.
Exactly. That's my point. Yes, I've never, and that's why I'm bringing it up, and I'm saying it now. I'm not saying that I had a bad offensive line. I think I had what was right for me. But what I will tell you is that's what I heard. I didn't have a single offensive lineman get a scholarship anywhere. How can I be statistically the best running back in junior college, for 1994? Or 94, yes, 94. 93 was when I played with T-Banks. We threw the ball 9 out of 10 plays. But 94 was mine. And I didn't get a single lineman with a scholarship.
I will say that, football more than most sports stands out to me as a game of momentum where as you build confidence or as you build belief or faith or however you want to frame it, players and guys do step into positions where they would otherwise not normally excel. They're able to do what's beyond their ability. If they believe their running back is going to get a touchdown, they might go above and beyond to make it happen.
Dude, I was
get that extra block
every week. I was scared every week for somebody taking my job. You got to remember, I'm this little old kid from Connecticut, bro, that has no Steves, no nothing. You're talking me competing against dudes that had scholarships to USC, San Diego State, UCLA, all of these joints. I will add, in fact, we actually got a bunch of guys from Mesa that we're about to start something they want to start. I told them we can use my channel to at least have some kind of a crowd, but y'all don't get to hear these stories from other people. I'm telling you right now, I got brothers on the defensive line that couldn't understand how I did what I did. They just would tell me flat out, dude, you don't look like shit. But somehow, they will never understand it. I'm telling, dude, I've been told I am by far the overachiever in terms of football. I'm just telling y'all that, however you want to look at it, by far the overachiever. But
Are you saying your on-field performance outdid your athletic ability?
100%. My work ethic is the only reason that I was able to be in. Dude, I'm 5'8", 200 pounds. 5'8", 200 pounds. Don't get me wrong. Yes, I benched 330. Yes, I squatted 4. Yes, I was part of the group, right? The gold shirt that many people. I was an overachiever on the stuff that I needed to be an overachiever on. You know what I'm saying? But outside of that, bro, I had no business making it to D1 football. I was not.
You were 5'8". That's still 2 inches taller than Darren Sproles.
I know. He was a monster.
You're towering over Darren Sproles.
Him and Danny Woodhead. Woodhead is another sport guy. I love those dudes, bro. Oh, Jesus. Don't get me started.
I mean, one of my favorite football players of all time is about Darren Sproles' height, 5'6"-ish. That's Michael Clements, I think. Bro, I think he's 5'6".
One of the biggest athletes I've ever bragged on, Ty Cobb. Shout out to Ty Cobb. I don't think he's 5'4". And this bub in every sport in high school, I swear to God, he had to make all conference everywhere. Basketball, football, base, everything. 5'4". Ty Cobb.
5'4", shit.
I don't even know if he's 5'4", bro. I don't even know if Ty 5'4". Wait, I don't even know if Ty Cobb 5'4".
My favorite running back is 5'5". He's pretty short.
Dude, I'm trying to find him on Facebook. Ty, there you go. I'm telling, bro. Till this day, I'm telling you right now, and all his kids, his wife, all of them the same. It's all small as hell, bro. Small as hell. This dude was a monster. A monster. I'm trying to find the picture where y'all really, because if you saw him right now today, you would probably think he's a teenager. And the dude is 50 years old. I'm not lying, bro. I'm trying to find a good picture. I'm trying to find one. Hopefully he don't hate me for putting him on blast. But y'all need, dude is tiny, bro. And I'm telling y'all, he was a terror in basketball. Bro, I come from a basketball state. My wife went to school with Marcus Camby. We got names we can drop for basketball. And this dude was a terror in basketball. And I don't think he's 5'4".
One of my favorite basketball players who played on the Raptors was 5'3".
Yes.
That was Muggsy Bogues.
Muggsy Bogues, exactly. He might be Muggsy Bogues' height if he got that.
Muggsy was hilarious. He was a lot of fun to watch.
He was a monster. See this picture? This would have been a great picture with my boy Greg, who's 6'3", but he's, bro. I swear, man. I'm gonna show this picture right here. Nah, he's not tall enough. I'm trying to find somewhere where it would make sense for y'all to be able to see what I'm referring to.
Muggsy Bogues was drafted in the first round, 12th overall.
Because he was a monster. My boy Ty was a monster, bro. I'm telling y'all, a monster. Monster. And this dude is as small, and not only short, tiny. I don't even think he was 120 pounds. Yes, varsity football as a freshman. No,
Yeah.
Yes, bro.
Tough.
By far one of the most talented dudes I've ever played any sport. Any sport. All right, I'm gonna have to show y'all this picture. And this dude is, I don't even think this dude is taller than me that I got I got this picture of him with. Y'all gonna see it right here in a second. This gives an idea, and you'll understand when I say he looked like he's still a teenager. But this, bro, I've been around some wild talent. Wild talent. Shout out to Ty Cobb. Dude to the left of him can't be more than 5'8". 5'7". That's Ty Cobb right there. Smallest athlete I've ever played against. I thought it would have been LT, Lathan Tyler, the kid from Diamond Bar that I tell y'all about, the running back that had more shakes than who knows what. But this is by far the smallest kid that I've ever played with. And yeah, he's fit. He might even be older than me. He might be older than 51. And if you walked up to him, you would think he was probably 13. That's him, bro. That's just one of a few weird, if you will, like players that you just, and then go try to hit him. That was the problem. That's why he was so sick. You right? You think, oh, I'm taking him out.
He just disappears on you.
Good luck.
Reappears behind you.
I'm gonna just block his shot. Good luck. Good luck, cause you gonna swat this way while he came the other. Like I wish I had the tape. Man. But Ty Cobb, one of them dudes. Lathan Tyler, one of them dudes. Dude, and to see them play amongst these giants, that's the part I don't think people can comprehend. This little dude running around dudes that are 6'5", 300 pounds, 6'4", 300 pounds. Like,
yeah, it's certainly entertaining.
I'll never forget it. You see me pulling up stuff.
Yeah.
I'll never forget it. I'm always call out the people that I know made a complete difference. And he was one of them. He won chips too and everything. Like, he went to, I'm just telling y'all, bro, oh yeah. I don't put nothing past nobody.
When an athlete rises above all adversity and defeats the odds and still wins, like, that's some of the most compelling stories that stick with you for the longest time. The player that really stands out to me is Doug Flutie, as a guy who achieved that.
I did. He's literally Drew Brees before Drew Brees, but not even tall as Drew Brees.
Yeah, 100%. His throw at the college championship game, just Hail Mary style throw, and it worked.
Legendary. It don't matter how old or how young or wherever you are on earth, that's gonna always be a thing.
Yeah, that was a special moment in sports.
100%. 100%, man. Dude, we have exhausted 3 hours in 30 minutes? I don't even know.
What time is it? 12:30?
I don't even
Yeah, we started around 9?
Yep.
10, 11, 12?
Yep.
3.5 hours?
Yeah, this is one of those ones, man. This is one of those ones. I enjoyed this. Yeah, I can tell you're tired too.
Yeah.
Get off.
I
Hopefully-
had a long day golfing.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I hope you don't gotta get up too early, man.
You can see
but-
my skin is kind of red. I got a lot of sun today.
Awesome. Well, hey, man, Biggs, appreciate you as always, bro.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Definitely, obviously, do this next Monday. I should be good for the rest of the next Mondays, even for when the season starts. I shouldn't have to go nowhere, knock on wood. So yeah, we will be back next Monday. Tomorrow night I will be on. I hope, I pray I don't flake out, because I've been flaking out. Yeah, I shouldn't say it's flaking out. It's just a lot Turf been dealing with. But yeah, that, and then yeah, I know we got a TRS show coming up soon. You already know. I already got my ticket for New Orleans. Yep. That's my away game this year. I still haven't got my ticket for the opener, but y'all know there's only gonna be one reason I don't make the opener. It'd be something, you know, I gotta do outside of Raider Nation. But yeah, that's we'll continue that. I think tomorrow maybe I'll voice what my official record is going to be based on the new the new season schedule. So, but yeah,
Cool.
good show, man. Hey, go get you some rest, bro.
Yes, sir.
This was one of those ones, man. And yeah, we'll be back next week, man. Till next time, we out.
Cool. Peace.
There we go.